Killer, 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 killer. Beats in the hood.
What it good be over this? What it should be? This is your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, is DJ EFN?
And this military crazy war. Yappy Yabba, make some noise! When I tell you I'm a fan of hip hop, I'm a fan of pure hip hop. When I heard this album, like I was literally in the car and you know the saliva that comes out your mouth, like when you hear something, like when something is good, like when your mom's told you on Christmas Day that you're gonna get that present, and then you start getting saliva, and you start. I was like, I didn't remember how much I loved hip hop, like, and I didn't even know. I was just sitting in the car, and I literally did not get out this motherfucking car, and I just kept listening, and then I said, yo, we got to get them on this album. I really want to thank y'all face to face, but only y'all my friends. So I could have did this, like, you know, like I could have called, but I want to really, truly give you brothers y'all flowers, man. This was a breath of fresh air for me loving hip hop. I'm sorry, I know this is supposed to be the intro, right? I've been straight into the interview, but listen, but let me just get this off my chest, man, for real. As a person that love hip hop, and I forgot how much I love pure hip hop, I just listened to this shit and I was just like, it was like I said, there was tears coming out of my eyes. I was feeling like the day before Christmas when mom say, you know, we're gonna put out those cookies for Santa because Santa came due this year.
Yeah.
This is how dope that album is. In case you don't know who we talking about right now, we talking about Smif-N-Wessun. And they Man, I am not exaggerating, no way, shape, form, or fashion. That shit gave me a breath of fresh fucking air. Like, I stood there, I was so happy to know you brothers. But how did y'all link up? Let's take this from we know y'all got a history of working, but let's let the people know who don't know. And I'm ready to pop some champagne and celebrate this goddamn album. Damn it, I'm sorry, Hold it up to the camera. That's like a dead infinity, motherfucker. I'm sorry. I'm great to celebrate my peers who did a fucking excellent body of work. So listen, please, for the people who don't know, let's describe the relationship of how y'all. Let's pop off. Yes.
Well,
you want me to tell it? Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You don't need no introduction. Do your thing.
All right. Okay. So around like 2002, I was selling beats for $50, and somehow, some way,
$50.
$50.
Okay. All right.
And my music got out. And this is the early days of the internet, right? So my music got out, and the first person that called me out of Boot Camp Clik was Mr. Walt.
Wow.
And he called, and this is the time he called. I was staying in an apartment with 6 niggas, and he called the house phone to let you know how old it is. So he called, and it was like, okay, so Evil D gonna call you next. And I'm like, what? Like, and I'm living in, I'm from North Carolina, so I'm living in North Carolina. So Evil D called me after that, and then Drew Hart called me after that. And so he gave me some remixes. He wanted me some stuff to remixes. I just did the remix for God's Stepson. And so he wanted me to do some remixes for Buckshot at the time. So I did the remixes. And so after I did the remixes and I gave them to him, he was like, well, I'm gonna send whole BCC down there. I'm just send them down. So he sent them from North Carolina.
The whole beat CD you said?
No,
BCC. Boot Camp Clik.
Oh, Boot Camp Clik.
So he sent them down. It was.
This is pre-Little Brother?
This is during Little Brother, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And so he sent them down, and they all came down. It was
love that shit. I love that sound. We celebrate. Keep it going. Keep it going.
And he sent them down. It was these two guys. It was Sean Price, rest in peace. It was Buckshot, and they came down in the duck down van. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
And it came down, and that's when it started, man. That was 2005 when I first met these guys.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Sean Price's birthday today.
Yes, sir.
Rest in peace, Sean.
You know, this morning and like this whole week, and once I knew I had you brother's book, the one thing that I did is I went through the whole, dug down discography, right? Mm-hmm. And the one thing that I can say is you brothers never compromised at all. Like, I'm trying to look for a commercial record. Like, I'm trying to go to the norm. But you motherfucker, he need a glass too. Yeah, he need a glass too. We celebrate, goddammit. Celebrate. But was that something that you guys did deliberately? Was like, cheap soul hood? Like, or...
Nah, honestly, we didn't know any better. We was learning how to make records when we first got with Black Moon, with watching him in Calliope Studio breaking all-nighters. Right. And we always used to say, yo, I'm not making a song for the chicks. I'm not making a club song. Right. Because that was how the labels used to say, yo, we need this for the club. We need this for the radio. Right. We need this for the chicks. Right. So out of those three, we're just like, nah, all we know how to do is make what we love was pure to us. So we never really got trapped in that mindset like that.
But, and then we also had females that was like, yo, what is like a girl song? Like they'll dance to like a Mobb Deep song. They dance to a Capone N.O.R.E song. They like the like.
It was that era too. That definitely was.
Yeah, they know the corny though. That's what I'm saying. Like they'll peep it out. Like if you're not made like that, you just making something trying to cater to us. They're gonna be forcing like, back, get up out of here. That so.
I'm involved myself in this a little bit, right? I remember me making the War Report album, and I wanted to cross over. I wanted to. When niggas was like, don't do that, I was like, fuck that.
What's crazy?
That was me, though. That's me, right? But I remember a tragedy, and I call Trage every year about this. And I say, thank you for not letting me make this record. I made a record called, it was Don't Let It Go to Your Head Now, but originally it was I'm Leaving.
Okay.
So I'm Leaving, which I eventually put on the Firm album, but had Trage let that record go, I would have never been on the Firm album. So Trage looked at me like this was his exact words, I will never forget it. He said, we sample like Havoc. We don't sample like Diddy. So I was like, he was like, this record is whack. He told me my record was whack.
He was focused, man.
So I was so happy when I put it on I'm Leaving on the Firm album and it worked. I kept calling him nigga and it wasn't right. But anyway, has there ever been a time where y'all brothers, because that was a debate between me and Capone. Like, was it any time that y'all brothers, you wanted to go a certain way and he didn't want to go that way?
Yeah, we had that a lot of times.
Okay.
We had that it is definitely a song that was on this album that didn't make it. He was like, yo, I'm not saying that. I don't want that. That's not gonna go. We came back home with the reggae. We was like, yo, Smoke, if you want to join on, take my verse off. I'm like, damn, we never, you know what I mean?
He wanted you to take the verse off. Damn.
He wanted no parts in that.
First I tried it.
I can't switch the words, take my verse off. But I think it was, I mean, that's what brothers and partners do.
Right.
Because no one is the head. So when you come together as a tag team, it's like, son, let's try this. If it don't work, we try that. If that don't work, then we revamp the whole joint out.
Right.
Yeah.
Now for you, these are two legends. Right? Is it hard for you to be in the studio with them?
Hell yeah, man. I don't think they understand. So, it's weird for me because, not weird, but it's different for me because I'm born and raised in North Carolina. Right. And I sit in a weird position. Mm-hmm. I'm their age, close to their age, but in music years, I'm not their age. Mm-hmm. So
you're their fan.
I'm a fan. So while they were making records in the 90s, I was in college. I was doing this, I was doing that. So I got into the game late. I got into the game when I was 28, 29 years old. And considering hip-hop, that's late, right? So now I'm getting in, and now I have the task of how do I keep their sound and keep their feeling, but make it futuristic. You see what I mean? I call it futuristic nostalgia. That's what I call it. To keep that feeling, that brand. Because Smif-N-Wessun is a brand. It's not only a sound, it's a look, it's you know, the Timbs, everything. So how do I keep that futuristic and modern at the same time, not lose the fans that they've had for years? Like, I think that people mess up when they do that.
Right.
They just forget the old fans. You can't forget that's the foundation. You can't do that.
Right.
So that's my job. Like, I have to try to find a way, because me living in North Carolina, I still live around the people I went to college with. So I know what they like, and I know how to make what they need. So I sit in this position of, I know how to make what I want to hear, or what a fan in me wants to hear.
Right.
So that's how I can tackle that.
That's what's so beautiful about this album, is it sounds like 90s now.
Yeah,
Right.
which we said
Not
that
90s
with
then.
Common and Pete Rock. We were saying the same thing.
right.
It doesn't sound like
That's the
90s.
thing.
It sounds like
That's the
y'all now,
Because-
which is so fucking dope, bro. Like,
Yeah,
like,
90s.
like, I'm not gonna let y'all just downplay
Nah,
this
nah,
shit. That shit is some real shit. And I'm gonna go ahead, because I know it's humble. I know y'all gonna be humble. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it a classic right now. I'm calling it a classic.
Marsha,
And they can get in my DMs, motherfuckers. I'm ready to fight for that. I'm ready to fight for that. I'm standing on that. I stand with Denzel said, that's my product, and I'm standing on it. Yeah.
Wallahi, Ninth is a Jedi, man.
Right, of course.
I think the very first day we walked in, we were going in, I wouldn't say blindly, but we didn't know what we was going to paint on this canvas.
Right.
And when we got down there, because we traveled from New York, we took a real trip to North Carolina and stayed down there to put this together. As soon as we walked in, it was like, yo, we making a Shining 2. I don't care what you say. And off the muscle, we like, nah, we ain't. That's definitely not what we doing right now. But the way things was coming out and coming together, the joints, and as soon as he was playing joints, he was like, yo, that's the vibe right there.
Right.
And I think we walked that bitch down, and shit, this is our road to the
Because when was
Grammys.
the last time y'all did a record where
We did the All.
I'm saying, but that somebody, one entity, like the Beat Miners, oversaw the whole
The
record,
All
right?
was the album
All.
before this.
The album before this, Me and the Soul Council, my production team, me, Crisis, Cash, E. Jones, Amp, Eric G, the great Knots soundtrack.
That's from Virginia as well.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Yeah.
So,
The young
Arthur, who did Black Eminence on this one. But yeah, it's right. I was like, yo, we making the Shining. We're not gonna call it the Shining 2,
Right?
But that's what we gotta make. We have to make something that feels like that, but it's not. Doesn't sound old. So
And what
No, it sounds new. It sounds like
it's-
right now.
I think what helps is that these guys the egos is not there.
Right.
Like he talking about being a fan, and I think each one of these individuals bring that same energy. And it's you know it's competitive, but it's still healthy. Cause you can go in any door and hear somebody knocking beats. We like, yo, who track is that? Yo, we need that over here, and to bring that over here. All right, cool. Yo. You know what I mean? So it's all welcoming, and it's all family vibes. So it was free for us, which reminded us of the essence of being in like a D&D. And so it was so all we had to do was show up. You know what I mean?
For me hearing it,
it
sounds like y'all made all the records together. Was every record recorded? Because that's what, and I hate to just be like that guy in my time, but in my time, the records came out better because we were all in the studios together. We didn't want to send a 2-inch
There was
rail
chemistry.
to California. We wanted to bring that shit
Energy and
ourselves.
chemistry.
So me hearing it, I have no inside information. But me hearing this album, I can almost tell that y'all recorded everything together in-house.
Every day.
order food, everything.
Yeah, every day.
Right.
I don't think Chef Joe, he ain't chef up on this one, but
Jones didn't.
yeah, but every day we was in there. Ninth is he's a real producer. He say his fan. I'm definitely a fan of his work from before I even really caught on to how dope he was.
Right.
And he's one of those producers that's just gonna not let you go in there and talk any bullshit or go off this way. He's gonna make sure you in the pocket. He's gonna give his input. He's gonna give you his criticism. And if you don't got tough skin, you think you hot shit, you can't be touched. Your feelings gonna be hurt. But Ninth is one of those producers that's hands on with it. Like even with this album, we all help with the sequence of it because he DJ. So listening to a different air, we covering different bases.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, but even the verses from Prodigy and Sean P, sounded like they recorded with you.
Oh yeah.
Like
Obviously
for
they
this
recorded
album.
that for you.
I'm just saying for this, like they seemed like they was meant to be on this album.
They were. When the first time we heard the beat for the Black Eminence, he was like, I could hear P on this, so we automatically, what P? Sean P? I'm like, nah, Prodigy. So I'm like, we already got a Prodigy versed up.
Wow.
Because we did a whole tour with Mobb Deep.
Wow.
And, we was building our bond outside of rap.
Right.
My bestie was just Tiana. She passed from sickle cell, so he was giving me a lot of feeding my soul with information about it.
Wow.
And I would take it back to her, and we'd chop it up with her mother, and we'd just smile and laugh and be like, yo. So that's sort of the inspiration behind the Infinity, because she would speak with such passion to her mom to be like, yo, I love you from infinity and beyond.
Right.
So that was some of the inspiration, but not to get off track.
You on track.
When he spoke about the Prodigy, he hear it automatically reconnected, and it was God's timing to be. Once we had the perfect backdrop for it to put on, we just picked up our brushes, and it was
And that mix, man, to make it sound.
That's Jake Palumbo.
It's crazy because you could get people that are alive today and recording separate studios. It's not gonna sound like that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And salute to Bernadette Price too, because we
that's Sean Price's
Sean
wife,
P?
right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, indeed.
She cleared.
Of course.
Yeah, happy birthday, Sean Price.
Yeah,
Again.
I don't know if I ever said the story. I think I did. But I ever told you I invited Sean Price to a barbecue, and he came to the barbecue, but it was on Ramadan. So I didn't know. And he was like, I'm on Ramadan. I was like, you got a Gatorade in your hand. He was a very unique person, man. Definitely.
He was one that speak their mind all the time. He don't give a fuck what you thought about it.
Right.
And he was like one of those persons that's very sincere, so it might be taken in the wrong way.
Right.
And then at the same time, he was hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
Easy to love.
Another moment was just recently, you guys just had a release party, and Busta Rhymes came out and gave a phenomenal
Salute the
speech.
Dragon.
Yeah,
Right. Like how was that to see your elder statesmen like show that love and respect to you guys?
I mean, that's a phenomenal thing, because I think is any artist, once you get into the game, that's one of your main goals besides getting money, getting a bag, is to be accepted and liked for what you do by your peers. I think that topples a lot of the accolades when it comes to awards and everything. Like when you hear Primo say, yo, you got dope beats, or you hear a super hot rapper that you like, be like, yo, that shit you said bars. Now you like, ooh, okay. So with that, it was Busta is our man. Salute to Dragon, him and Young Trillion. They got a joint out. It's rocking right now. So like you said, the elder statesman, man, when it's come from people like that, is respected by the people, that's the audience, is received well, and it ain't coming off as no dick riding type shit. You know what I mean?
Let me add on though, because that's important. Because when you said earlier, you said feel like 90s now, right?
Yeah.
In the 90s, we all was fucking with each other.
Yeah.
Like we all was hustling, and hustle was enough room and elbow space for us to rock. And just seeing him do that now in this current environment, it's like it's a lot of animosity in the game right now. It's a lot of mind in the game right now. So to see him, because he got an album out too, the Equinox, you know what I mean? Dragon Season. So for him, he could be like, nah, I ain't even stepping out for nobody.
I'm worried about
now.
my shit right
For him to come through like that, it just shows that artists can have solidarity in this time. We can get money, we can have fun, we can celebrate. And longevity, we all been here. We are from the 95 alumni. You know what I'm saying? Cats will try to leave us out the books and all that, but we gotta maintain our mark. And that's why we wear Timbs all seasons for ass kicking reasons. You know what
God damn it, that's so beautiful. God damn it.
Remember.
So I want to ask y'all. We already said Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Who was some of the two-man group? Oh God, you guys would want to work.
See, I'm glad you said that, because the Queens was last night. Queens Get the Money, and Senegal Smith was like, "Yo, the next thing we gotta do is." They mentioned EPMD, right?
Listen here.
Wait, not we ain't talking verses or nothing like that.
No,
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
not. Absolutely not. No, we talking about
I'm going
bucket
too
list.
fast.
Because we was like, yo, what's next after this? Because you got ain't nowhere after this. It's after
EPMD?
right? No. We were saying what artists. You said duos.
Okay, yeah.
So I was gonna say CNN first, but that was my, that's CNN.
Oh, I can see a whole
EPMD.
EP.
You know what I'm saying?
EPMD.
Like we got songs with Prodigy. We got a song with Prodigy. We got a song with Hat, but not a song with Mob. You know what I mean? It's like it's a couple out there, man.
We do got the MOP joint though.
We got the MOP.
joint.
Shout out MOP.
Yeah, it's a few out there, man.
Who produced the MOP
Outkast.
joint? DR period?
Nah, that's Beat Money.
Nah, that's Beat Money.
Shout out to Beat
Bucktown
Money.
USA remix.
Okay.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Beat
that's
Money.
Beat
It's
Money.
Mr. Walt, Evil
Okay.
B. Word up.
And what for you, Knife? What would be an ultimate production? And I'm gonna ask you, dead or alive. How about that? Yeah, let's dead or alive. Let's go. If God came to you and said you get to produce for anybody, anybody, dead or alive, you can bring them out the grave, no problem.
Marvin Gaye.
I knew he was gonna say Marvin Gaye, bro. I was just about to say Marvin Gaye. I knew you. I don't know what
Marvin
the fuck
Gaye.
more. I knew
Yeah, I
you were
want
gonna
to
say
be on
that.
that track.
Okay, now alive.
Alive. Sure, I'm running out of people, bro. That's tough. You know what? Alive, Jadakiss. Jadakiss.
Right here.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Jadakiss.
You've never worked with Jada?
Nah, man. We see each other. He's a
I
big
can hear
basketball cat like me. And we see each other at All-Star every week. Every year we go to NBA All-Star. He's like, we're going to get up. And we never do, but Jadakiss. But his son, though, his son is nice, man.
Right.
His son is nice. But Jadakiss, I would love to do
I would have lost money. I would have thought you
Jadakiss. Jadakiss. And Redman.
Right.
Never worked with Redman either?
Redman don't smoke weed no more. He different.
It's a different
Reggie got a new album
He
out
don't smoke
too.
weed.
He's still there.
Yeah,
They
he's
still-
taking pictures and shit. Yeah, he's crazy.
I ain't gonna judge him.
It's a few,
He's
though.
like
It's a
plastic
few
plants.
cats.
He's crazy, man.
It's a few cats.
He's a
He's a vegan or
He's a
something
totally
like that.
different guy. He's doing pull-ups for
He's
no
doing
reason.
skydiving.
Yeah, he's doing skydiving.
He been skydiving. He been doing that.
Yeah.
We came into the
respect
game
that.
skydiving with Redman, didn't we?
But let me say something that Busta said in that speech. He said, because we excelled in life, not only in this game.
Yeah.
Did you realize which you guys mean to the game? That's one. And then two, like how far you have came.
We talk about it. It's not about, I don't know, I won't say we realize it or whatever. We talk about it, we discuss it. But we face so much adversity. You know what I mean? So it's like, we've been paying dues for a long time and we still are. Like we out here on our own grind. This is an independent grind.
That's right.
I mean, shout out to Drew Hyde and James. But we out here with the Queens right now. We out here with Queens, get the money.
That's right.
Senegal Smith, you know what I mean? And a brother came up for this and it's like, we putting this together and it remind us like, what we was doing then. We had a little independent label paying for the overhead and the flights, but we doing this now.
That's
you know what I mean? So it feels, although it's heavy, you know, it's like, we look at it and go, hey, we earned to own our shit.
Yeah, it's fulfilling.
So that's what it feels like. And it's like, this is what it comes with being a boss. Not the looks and all of that.
Right.
Like he said, the accolades and all that. It's like, this is what comes with being a boss, the hard work. Right. So that part of it is like, it feels great. And then to be able to sit around the table with brothers like y'all and like, yo, man, you know.
So y'all fully own the masters on this? This is all y'all?
This is our shit,
This
bro.
is all us.
Goddamn, make some noise for that.
And I think you guys got getting your masters back on the older stuff, right?
Yeah, we coming. We got
like
work,
another
we got,
couple
Isn't it
more
the 30 year
years we got.
anniversary?
35 years.
35.
Yeah,
Yes.
we just did the Monarch in Brooklyn for the 30th anniversary of The Shining.
It ain't no more. It ain't no more Big Six no more. And the labels got to realize like we made them mad bread.
Right.
You know what I mean? Break bread. We ain't asking you to break bread. We saying break bread. Like we don't have to get violent attack mode, nothing like that. It's sensible to go, all right, I had your project for 35 years.
Right.
Like, yeah, let the guy, if you want to sell it, let the man sell it. Let it have, that's what we're talking about legacy stuff, right? Let him pass it on to his family. Your family done went through college or for the Shining.
Yeah, that's great.
You know what I mean? Things of that nature.
Right.
So it's like, here we are, 360 degrees back home, putting out our 8th album together. We've been together the whole journey, the whole trip.
No
So we
breakups,
wanna stand, no none of that.
crazy
We want to stand on our
shit on
foundation,
social
Smif-N-Wessun, I own this, I own that. It's not like, give me my shit back. It's like, what else do you
Right.
talk about, right? Like this is, we created we are the intellectual property. So as we walk around, we're sharing this with these guys. So we helping you make money, and it's only right to go, yo, we own our shit.
Yeah.
Break
So
bread.
yes, we own that. Salute the Duck Down, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Salute
man.
the Bucktown USA. The commission, baby.
Did y'all hear R. Kelly new record?
Or the
You hear
remix of
you
Chris
hear what
Brown.
he's talking about though? Like he's like, yo, where's our royalties? Like he's like, where did all this money go? Like,
Said for 30-some years, I've
and
been
it's like,
making
yo,
y'all
he
money.
said 30-something years. Like it reminded me, like
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute,
I thought
like
he was getting his stuff.
I thought nigga, he got a video and everything.
And he's doing
what?
podcast interviews and everything.
Yeah, he did a
I didn't see the video. He got a video for it?
Yeah, he on promo tour. For the gym.
He's outside, inside.
Prison tour. That's what my niggas used to
Niggas that
come
make it
home.
happen,
Said, I've been
baby.
over there. I've been over there. I was on a prison tour. Okay.
But we want y'all to know our show is about giving people their flowers where they can smell them, their thoughts where they can tell them, their drinks where they can drink them.
Yeah.
So y'all got y'all flowers before.
Yeah.
So we want
Yes,
to give
sir.
y'all
You guys are alumni.
flowers.
Oh, man.
And we
Say
want to give
word.
you your flowers.
You never got yours.
And this is y'all
These are the
alumni
alumni
flowers.
flowers right here.
Yeah. So Tony. That's right. Yeah.
Yo,
that's
I'm gonna tell you, like, when
Absolutely.
when Tech screenshot it, when you hit him on the gram,
Yes,
I was
yeah.
like, wow, that's real. Like,
Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I heard that album. I couldn't hold back. I was like, this is my idea. I was like, I need y'all on. You know what I
Yo.
mean? Because sincerely, sorry for cutting you off.
Nah,
but
at all.
sincerely, like, not because y'all my friends, not because I got a relationship with y'all, but when I'm sitting there and I'm just listening, and I'm like, this is how. If I was to come back and make music, I would have to make an album that's
nah, I
like,
appreciate
This
that.
is the man.
you know what I'm
voice.
saying? Like
Listen.
I would have to like be in that alley or that because I was just like, damn, I really miss hip hop sounding like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And I ain't heard it in so long, I almost cried. Like I was
Yo,
saying, I was like, oh
nah,
shit.
and it-
Like, this
Nah, it's really,
it's really that good. I'm not even like, yeah.
It's challenging because you don't know how people going to accept it, right? So it's like, all right, we want that to happen because it's like we could have gave up. You know what I mean? It was tough. Like we was like, all right. But then it's brothers like Drew and brothers like him that have a conversation and go, yo, the guys is hungry. They want to go back to work. Like we could be looking around, fishing around, but we got guys that believe in us. So we got to be ready to work. You know what I mean? So when we put that forward, we like, all right, man, hopefully you get a little bit, y'all fall in love with this again because we love it. That's why we kept going.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the ladies that's pushing us, they like, yo, man, we going to the Grammys this year. Like, we gotta,
road
we not
to
even
the
thinking
Grammys.
about that before. We wasn't thinking about that stuff. We just trying to get raps, get our money, keep it moving, get our little bit of things and stuff, keep it pushing. But it's like, all right, we still here. Wow, what does that mean?
Right.
You know, so we got to make something that's substantial, bro. Like,
And just to add on, I think that comes with a lot of artists. Like you do fall out of love with it because the business be so
You get jaded.
manipulated. Yeah, sometimes
that right
you
there.
have to find other ways to do it. And I think for us, what really helped with this album is we left outside of New York, outside of our comfort zone,
okay.
and
Yeah,
actually
different, yeah.
traveled to his home. Like he said, it brought back the feeling of recording in D&D. Like, you know how it would be go when you come through there, B.
Okay, that was one of my questions because in my notes, that was one thing that I literally said I was jealous of y'all about because I could feel that y'all still was loving it.
Mm-hmm.
And at times, if I don't love this shit,
You ain't gonna do it.
I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
So when I'm listening to, that's what I was
Well,
listening for.
not to cut you, we was just listening to what the CNN album, and we was just talking about
at the
Falling
radio
Out of
show.
Love, and he gave the perfect line, like when
Yeah.
he said, "Yo, my pops just
Yeah,
died. I ain't want to make the
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
So,
That was
yeah.
real. That was real.
That's the
Invincible.
ill shit."
Right.
Yeah.
So that was something that I really paid attention to this album, and I listened to you guys' voice, your breathing, and I couldn't tell that y'all fell out of love. So when me hearing you say that just now actually brings something warm to my heart because I know I'm not alone.
Nah.
But like so now let me ask that question straight up. Have you ever really felt out of love with? Damn, all right.
More
Put us on. Put us
more
on.
than one time.
All right, cool. I ain't
Yeah,
know.
more than one time. I mean, like, this is a stand of time and a testament. Like, this shit should be studied. We got 30 years
Wow.
in the music industry, and more than that is friendship.
Wow.
As brotherhood. So you never see nothing on social media. You never see us taking no cheap shots at each
Right.
other.
Right.
Not only us, but of any boot camp.
Right.
So, and then you see Drew and you see how we keep pushing forth. But there's been times that came up and be like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Especially when you see a lot of things that dangle in front of your face and you be like, yo, if I just did this, then it can possibly go that way. But then now I'm chucking out my morals and principles to do.
Yeah.
So now you have to find something, and I think it was more with the inspiration came and being in the joint for a numerous amount of years. They help you refine the love and get invigorated.
I want to add on too, like salute to our brothers that's here ever and Convertible Burt. Like when we listen to the album, like it just speaks to our testament. Like for 30 years, being in the streets as artists and being next to criminals, doing crime ourselves at times, and being like
allegedly.
You know, that's part of that is part of the, unfortunately, that's the part of the blueprint of most African Americans coming up in wilderness North America. Like we know the lingo, we know the slang, we know the hustle talk, we know all of this, but some of us find a way to do something a little bit different, like whether it's rap or basketball or like through rap, we've created other avenues through rap. So it's like we didn't know that initially, but we like this. If this is a hustle, let's do that. So we speak into our testament, and through our testament, we start to grow and travel and know that we got more in common with people in different places, and we can have more broader conversations. And it's like, all right, what is our responsibility? We can tell you some of the things that we messed up at. So when you see some of these brothers, they can tell you some of the things where they did as hustlers in the streets and the time that they did, as opposed to listening to an artist talk about a glorifying drug dealing at this particular time, at this particular age, and glorifying things that just get you murdered out here or get you just going. We want to see you live. When we talk that's real rap, right? You know what I mean? I want the same thing for you that I want for me. I want a better life. Like, it's not just enough to dangle something in front of your face, because we still live out here with wolves.
Right.
You know, so.
It's real.
Yeah, I don't think you guys could make a classic album like this unless you have those trials and tribulations to get you to this place.
Something to say.
No, but the fact I couldn't feel it. Like I couldn't feel them falling out of love. That's dope to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like you know what I'm saying? Like I felt like you never had those.
We fell
days.
out of love, but we fell back in love.
It's like to make it out. Yes,
I had to unlearn to relearn.
That's fine.
Right. So
that's why I'm gonna come and hit you up because I literally everybody.
I mean, for me, I've never. Unfortunately for me, I've never fell out of love with it, and probably the reason why that helped me, because I lived in North Carolina and I've never lived anywhere else, and so therefore, the music that came out of New York, the music that came out of Atlanta, the music came out of L.A. or any other city that just permeated hip hop music before we started to make it ourselves, I left hip hop a fantasy for me. Like I never wanted to get too close to it. Because I thought if I get too close to it and I get familiar with it and I get tired of it. You know, but living where I live, it's like, nah, like...
You maintain the fan in you.
I maintain the fan.
Right.
Wasn't you beefing with Q-Tip over some Grammy shit?
No. Let me tell y'all something, man.
You in the Grammy community, you've been receiving a lot of slack for being on that Grammy.
We take some more than people think.
Yes.
But even with that, though, no, like, at one point I was on the committee, but the thing about that was I was calling people to be on it with me, and some people said yes, and some people said no. Right. And that's just how that went, but nah,
But explain to people who...
To be on the voting committee for the Grammy?
Because, it's an actual voting committee, right?
It changed again. So the rap committee... I knew he was going to ask me that because he asked me this before.
Yeah, I'm curious.
The rap committee was... The Grammys never had a rap committee. It never had one. So the rap committee started in 2016, 17. Rap and R&B was combined at one point. You believe that? Right, exactly. So rap got its own committee in 2017. Right. And so we were all on a committee together. That's what it was. But if you had, to clear that up, if you were on an album... had anything to do with an album, it was like conflict of interest, so you couldn't vote.
You can't vote for yourself, saying.
No, you can't vote for yourself.
I would have voted for absolutely. Foul nigga like that. Vote for me.
You can't vote at all, or just not for yourself?
You can't vote if the albums are up. You just can't have any say of what happens.
Of anything, okay.
That category that you in, or
in the category that in the year that. So Damn by Kendrick Lamar,
Right.
444 by Jay-Z, and Layla's Wisdom by Rhapsody.
You kind of flexing right now. Just
I executive produced Layla's Wisdom. I did Duckworth on Damn, and my label Jamla has a partnership with Rock Nation, so it's conflict all across the
All over
board.
the place.
There's nothing I can do. But even with the Tribe album at the time, you have to submit the album to what you feel like the category needs to be in. And at the time, the Tribe album by their label was submitted as it was urban contemporary. It wasn't submitted as a rap, right. And this has happened before, even on the committee a couple of times. The Flowers album by Tyler, the Creator, they tried to say that was an alternative album, and they tried to take it away from hip hop. And I'm sitting in a room with all these people that don't know hip hop music.
That speech.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sitting in a room with all these hip hop people, all these non-hip hop people telling them how hip hop is. Like, you can't peg it. It was like, well, it has instrumental. I said, so does equipment. Goddammit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? So you had to get them a whole lecture. Huh?
They said because of instruments?
Because it sounded musical. So you got to think how people look at our music
They want straight
outside.
boom bap.
Yeah, or not even that. Just nothing intricate and nothing genius sounding.
We need people like you in those meetings.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
To be honest, I
And
don't see
I'm not on
nothing wrong
anymore.
with it.
I only did it for 2 years. I'm not on.
Yeah, but I don't see nothing wrong with that. Why were people critiquing you? And I'm outside looking in, as an insider looking out. So, but why were people critiquing you because of that?
I don't know. I mean, but I wasn't the only one. I mean, it was some serious hip hop movement because I felt like if we're going to do that,
come out.
if we're going to do that, it has to be not for real. But I had some people in the room that was some of my. I looked at as OGs.
Right.
So my thinking is, if we're going to have it rap being judged by somebody, why not being judged by the creators and somebody else? So that's what it was. And when Tribe didn't make it, Q-Tip got online and said, and I called him and I was like, dog, like, what are you doing? Like, what's happening right now? So, but I mean, that's my brother, man. Like, I wouldn't be here as a producer sampling all different types. There's a kid in here that he asked me about one of the joints I sampled on Duckworth for Kendrick Lamar, and it's a Yugoslavian record. I'm not looking outside of jazz and soul to sample if it was not for Q-Tip. Right? I'm not doing it. Q-Tip is the originator of looking outside of soul and jazz.
But it was cool to see Q-Tip a little bit mad. That was kind of cool. Like, I was like, Q-Tip seemed like he don't sweat. You know what I'm saying?
He was mad, but we talked about it. But Q-Tip is the architect of one of the architects of the last 35 years of hip hop, man.
And it's just dope to have somebody like Knife.
That's what I'm saying.
That has that inside. Info,
I trust him.
because we would have never known that. You always think, my work is so dope. Why am I not getting nominated in these?
And it changed.
And
the category changed after.
And you stepped away from it as well. So
you know what, Knife? Until recent years, a lot of people didn't know that you had to actually submit your album for it. So if you don't submit it, so a lot of people thought they were snubbed, when in fact, a lot of us didn't know that you had to actually
submit.
go there.
Sometimes they rely on the label to submit it for them. Maybe they didn't.
And it's changed since then. But from 2017 to 20, look at the albums that were nominated. Freddie Gibbs was nominated.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a lot.
Jay Electronica was nominated. Nas was nominated. You know what I mean? Like,
they coming around.
Nipsey Hussle.
Who was
Pusha T.
Electronica nominated for?
The album he did with Jay.
Oh shit! Okay,
yeah, all that was nominated at that time. So even the year that Kendrick Damn was nominated at 444, it was Damn, Rhapsody, Jay-Z, the Migos, and Tyler Creator. That's all of hip hop you looking at, and that's what we wanted to do. That's what we wanted to do at that time. So yeah, that's what it was.
Now let me ask all three of y'all something. And I'll start from you. Do you think our generation, and I'm including myself, do you think our generation is getting the love that we deserve?
Yes. Our generation.
Our generation, like the mid-90s.
I think it's starting to pick up. They're noticing it more.
Okay.
You can say from when they did the 50-year hip-hop.
Oh, 50-year hip-hop.
Because they had the big shows and you were seeing artists that you haven't seen and you forgot about come out and touch these stages. And then once Nas did the Yankee Stadium, that bigged it up. I think there are certain artists that's getting their flowers and just getting recognized from being still in the game, making dope music, because there's still some artists that was bullshit back then that's still bullshit right now. So the ones that's supposed to get noticed, I think, are getting noticed, and there's still a couple of that's trickling in. They're opening up the doors.
Right. What you think, Knife?
I think it depends on who you ask. If you ask people my age, a little bit younger, a little bit older, yes. If you ask a 14-year-old, I wouldn't expect.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Right. So I think that's what it is. That sometimes we forget to ask the cats my age. That's why I say I sit in the advantageous position. Right. We got to make sure that we can't forget that. When I was making this album, sad to say, I wasn't thinking about a 14-year-old. You know what I mean? First thing I'm thinking about is, and it's no lie, what is Brooklyn gonna think? That's the number one thing I was thinking about. What is Brooklyn gonna think? Because I have to make Brooklyn happy first.
Brooklyn, we did it.
Not only Brooklyn, but the age who's living in Brooklyn. Now if the music gets passed down, cool. But I just don't think we can forget about the first generation of hip-hop consumers. And that's who we are.
Damn, that was deep.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you.
I think as far as Smif-N-Wessun, man, I seen a couple of things that had me upset. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Like, as far as like being left out of certain people, I seen like hip hop history books in '95 and artists of Brooklyn. Like, you can't do a book like that and not have Smif-N-Wessun name in it.
There's artists based on Brooklyn and they left Smif-N-Wessun.
I don't know if it's specifically Brooklyn. I know it was about history
during that
like,
time, though.
Artists like like golden era artists, '90s and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't even think Black Moon was in there either.
Wow.
So like somebody from the family got to make it. Yeah, I can't just skip over those things. But more importantly than that, like just to the point of like what Busta did, like we got to show that it's cool. Like we can't allow the corporations and the dollars and what we aspire to do like split us apart. Like we make the bread. You know what I mean? We can negotiate what we have because we can walk to the table and be like, well, I got a song with N.O.R.E. and I got a song with Lala. We did that last night. So who want to pay for that? Oh, me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, you said that, you know, bid and war, put something on the table. So like, when we come to the offices with that, like, we actually don't have to ask for anything. You know what I mean? It's like we have like, we're distributed by Duck Down, but we're the label. You know, we're Smif-N-Wessun is free agents. Like, who's running around? Like, we could do anything else. But because we love it and because we love the fans, and we actually performing for 14-year-olds. We actually taking this album on tour. We did a 30-day tour overseas. Like, we performing for man, woman, and child. It's like a renewal. It's like, wow, hold up. Like a 30-year-old came, was like, yo, this is my son. He's 15. The parents, you know? And the mom came, he's like, this is my son. He's 13. And then we just start doing the knowledge. He's like, wait a minute, hold up.
That's the parents being good parents.
That's how hip-hop gonna be around
all
for
different shapes and sizes. And they
years.
don't look like the hip-hoppers. Like, how is a hip-hopper supposed to look? This is hip-hop is just part of a musical culture, right? It's a big whole thing. It's part of all of this stuff. It has soul in it, has funk in it, has folk in it.
Everything.
And it's like, you know, it makes people move just like everything else. So it shouldn't be carted away and thrown away because Cats is 45 and Cats is this age. If you're giving something to substance, we should appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on Chuck D. I ain't know, he was my elder. I ain't know how old he was or whatever. Like, you know, like even Sugar Hill Cats. But like, and that's going to like using instruments, you know, before sampling. But even like
all those Sugar Hill records, they had a band playing
They was playing them.
Right.
Sure.
But to speak to what we're talking about, that's the void that we tried to fill in terms of like, you know, shedding light.
Yeah, but
now
clap that up. Y'all do that.
Great job.
Y'all do that.
Let me just say something. I look and listen to your album. I'm like, yo, this is exactly what we needed, right? I look at Busta Rhymes. I look at Cameron when he's doing his thing. I look at Mace. I look at everybody. And it's like, yo, you know, it's a lot more of us from this generation that's actually sustaining and living more than it is new. I can't can't name 5 new artists. And I'm not being the old nigga. I listen to the radio too. I got Spotify. I got all that dumb shit. Yeah, I got every app in the motherfucking world. And
he tries to do the dances at Chris.
Yeah, I be in the mirror. I be dancing in the mirror. I don't know, but what I'm trying to say is I can name, and I'm not trying to diss this generation, but it's always better to have that longevity than to have that cool, quick points. Here's the deal, right? And I want to ask all 3 of y'all.
All right.
I didn't feel like I got embraced by the elder generation. Like, my elder statesmen at one point was mean niggas. Let's just be real. I don't want to say that. And I'm sure y'all went through the same a lot. Because at first, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say, and I admit this. At first, when you would meet Melle Mel and people like that, look, he put his head down. He knew exactly what I meant. And this is, I pick up Melle Mel, but you know, like at first,
pioneers,
you have to earn that right to get Melle Mel a 5.
True that.
Like, it's been years before I gave Melle Mel a 5. I don't need to drink champs. They're
Still trying to get Melle Mel on this platform.
But what I'm saying is now I appreciate that. Then I didn't. You know what I mean? Like then I didn't realize, and I realized that a lot of the elder statesmen back then were like that. They were like, they wanted you to prove yourself. I don't feel I've ever done that to a younger generation, like made them prove themselves, but I don't be feeling obligated to talk to them how I wanted them to talk to me. Am I wrong? Straight up, I'm asking as a psychiatrist.
I think that goes again, like you said, it depends on who you ask, because I think right now that's the disconnect between the YNs and our generation. Yeah. Like these a lot of niggas, they only respect the bag, and if you got the bag, then
they gang,
and they gang, and a nigga will yes man you to death, or will big bro you to death if you got the bag, and this nigga be 20 years older than you. But I think that's where the disconnect from the YNs of today and the generation, because we didn't, like you said, we ain't know the elders. At one time, they was looking at us like you saying we looking at them. So we had to learn how to even maneuver to get that respect. And then to reply that expect to make them want to come aboard and be like, yo, OG, I see what you're doing. Or I get it. That's why we talk to, like, what's the name of the joint? The Crossroads in Brooklyn. We go into these jails.
Youth.
Youth. We go into these youth prisons before they really get caught up and swept away in it and try to, I'm not saying our way is the right way, or you better do it this way or you're going to be fucked up and go to jail. I'm saying you here now, learn from that experience, and now look what we can offer you or do together to show you how to move on. We ain't got to be best friends and hang out every day, but just to show you and to be like, yo, this is how you maneuver and you can get out and you can do other things. That's where the disconnect lies for a lot of the YNs in this generation.
And you got to, and just to like, you said, are you wrong? Like, I think part of it, you're not wrong, but if you ask the question, then you probably are. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to say something. You want to say something, but it's like even, you know, like I grew up around, you know, as a youngin, like on 7, 8 years old. Like I had to earn the respect of the elders. You can't just talk to me. So you're not wrong for that. Like dudes, and like you said, the YNs is like sometimes people want to skip the line. It's like it's things you got to do to get here, and as the elders, you're not wrong for wanting them to kind of like, yo, respect that. You can't sit here yet. You got to stay over there. Even coming up in the crib, you go in and stay in the kids' place. Not to say kids and all of that, but it's like it's things you got to learn. You should, and even for us, like when we saw Black Moon in the studio, we wasn't like, yo, let's get in hear my 16. Like it's times when we be in the studio, niggas be coming in the studio, I'd be like, yo, son, spit something. Like, I don't want to hear that shit right now, bro. So I might seem like wrong at the moment. I'm supposed to be schooling you, and in a way I am, but that's not the one, that's not the version you want. So sometimes you got to give them that tough love. We came this far. You know what I mean? Not to just give freebies away. Like we chopped down all these trees to build land on, to build on this land. Not just to come have squatters here and be like, nah, oh, snap. Nah, like, this is your gift, thanks. So in that regards, it's our responsibility to give you some gems, because we was there when we didn't get gems. We the reflection of that crossroads when we didn't get the gems. Everybody was like, yeah, God, let me see what you're gonna do, little nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Like-
and you know, so we can do that, or because he's a professor, he's giving school. You know what I mean? Schooling people on. People want that information.
That's right.
Don't just put it on the social media and it gets mixed up and all construed by people who don't really know the culture.
Right.
Yeah, for me, I've been a university professor for the last 20 years, well, 19 years.
See?
Currently now at Duke University, and
You was Duke University?
I've been at Duke for the last
That's like the
15
whitest of the whitest school ever.
Kinda,
My
sorta.
nigga, makes
It sounded like a penny.
I mean, for the record, though, I teach in the
Christian Leitner.
I teach in the African American Studies program.
You're hard.
We're the number 2
Right.
African American Studies program in the country. But number two
In the country.
In the country.
Make some noise.
I think for me, man, you know, passing the torch is important.
Right.
How you do it is up to you. I've never had a problem with anybody younger than me because this generation now grew up listening to my beats on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different from me. So for the, you know, although he's not young anymore, for the Lil Yachty's I talk to from time to time, from Made in Tokyo that I talk to, even at one point 10 years ago, Kendrick Lamar was a young nigga, Cole was a young nigga, Drake was a young nigga, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, Mac Miller, all the ones I kind of, you know, talked to over time, and you know they're doing their thing now. I mean, I've always been a teachable type person, so I'm always gonna talk to them about something, regardless, give them some type of, because I truly believe there's a difference between the elder and the old nigga.
Right.
And we got too many old niggas.
Yeah.
We need elders. We need elders to pass down whatever is tough love or any kind of love, because some of these kids ain't never had no love of any kind. So that's how I look at it.
Bars.
And I think there's generationally, there's things that could be learned both ways.
Yeah.
But understanding, because the newer generation, it's instant gratification.
Right.
The older generation, the analog generation, understands paying dues. You got to figure out how you mesh those things
there you
together.
go.
That's the
Stand in the back.
crossroads right there.
I don't
Stand to
stand
listen to have a conversation.
Right.
Right, and see, here we are. Like this is a crossroads right here, because this is the table. Like you think we're gonna come here and everything is a party. Like what the homie Gilly said. We respected and looked up to the hustler. It's
Right.
true.
Of course.
Most of us knew our position. Like we might have dipped our toe in there and knew like that first dragon snap was like, all right, let me reposition myself. So it's like instant gratification. Yeah, it's not rap though. It's not like, all right, let me rap and get the bag,
Right.
and then if I got competition, let me wipe them off the planet. Like it could be structured in a way where as you know, like we had things like Jack the Rapper and How Can I Be Down. Like there is no
Pat Gavin.
yeah, and it was consistent enough for us to have these conversations and get to know who's the next artist.
Yeah, you physically went, you network physically.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Now
I
you see your
mean,
Instagram.
Right.
Yeah, it's it takes away from the feeling of it, but it's still there, and it's still opportunities to have it when we have places like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think that the whole crew dug down? Are y'all the illest crew to ever do it?
That's an argument.
I mean, when you think about all the layers to the label, like that shit is
The layers. I look up. I aspire like. You know, I like the Wu, man. I like how they did it, man.
Like Wu, you say?
Yeah, Wu-Tang Blueprint is incredible.
I always
to
picture
me,
y'all
man.
in verses against verses.
Yeah, I mean, I've
How would
heard
that go
people
down in
ask.
verses?
Oh man, that'll be one
It'll
for
be
the
y'all
books.
two against Ray and Ghost.
Of course, you already know. Absolutely, you already know that.
And y'all love each other too. Y'all fuck with each
Yeah,
other,
that's
so
our
that'll be
brothers,
so
man.
dope.
Brothers.
Oh, damn, I got goosebumps again.
Yeah, I just don't
That-
think though, and I love
That was
Wu-Tang. I
fun.
think the Wu-Tang is the greatest super group ever assembled.
Yeah.
However, I don't think there's many crews out there that if you look at a Timberland, you think of them first. When I look at a Timberland a shoe, a boot,
Yeah.
I think of Boot Camp first.
Right.
Because it's one thing to be a crew, but it's another thing to have and now I'm talking like the kid when I was in college.
Let's go.
It's one thing to have a group, a crew, but it's another thing to have a slang,
Yes.
the way they spell stuff.
Yes.
Like, they wasn't clappers. It was clappers.
Right.
Like it was, you know what I mean? It's one thing to have all the
Even Smif-N-Wessun, we still fucking up the one every
That's real.
Everything that comes with the Boot Camp Clik, it came with fatigue. You know what I mean? Just wearing fatigues. Like everything that comes with, whether they made it up as they're going along or whatever it is connected to this crew of people. And it's not too many crews in hip hop that has it.
Right.
So,
I mean, that's legacy right there, man.
Yeah. Sure.
Nah, we worked on that.
And that didn't come overnight. Overnight.
We worked on that. We spent time with each other because we didn't have no elders, right? We it's like Buckshot act like the old man. Salute the Buck, you know what I mean? It's like he's a visionary. You know, he's not just a rap guy. He's like he sees things. He's like, I want to put this here. I want to. He start seeing the pieces. So it's like, we knew we had meetings with like certain words we can't use. You know, when we started sounding too much like the memory and the memory, we're like, we're gonna tone that down a little bit. Certain words you can't rhyme with, and you know, ranks is important, and rewards and penalties. All these things is important. We train each other.
The structure.
Yeah, we had a structure, and you know, we were still wild. We were still young and youthful, and it's a lot of things that we didn't know, like you know. Drew High is great because he didn't try to rob us when it was time to get through paperwork, which is important again because we never signed no contracts with these guys, right? Like we never signed to duck down.
30
That's
years,
right?
right?
So it's like
handshakes.
So it's like we've been able to.
Men.
We
Ain't nobody this generation can say that.
Yeah.
So like when you talk about the layers of it, like I don't know nobody else's situation, but we have what we had and we built it on how we built it, and I'm grateful for that because we have that bond that, you know, I guess helps us to continue because we know it's still more shit to get.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's loyalty right
Absolutely.
there. The fact that it hasn't been no discrepancies and things like that.
It's still rocking.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of, man. Well, we're gonna do quick time of slime.
Let's go, man.
All right, cool.
Sonny, we need a designated drinker for some things. Come on, Sonny D.
Oh, we gonna get shit. We get a toast.
Yeah. All right. Go over the rules. I think you guys know the rules. We give you two choices. 90, you listening?
Yep.
Two choices.
Okay.
Pick one. We're not drinking. If you say both or neither, the politically correct answer, then we all drink.
Oh, come on.
So both or neither? Did y'all switch it?
No.
You say both or neither.
Like if you don't answer, if you don't pick, we drinking. That's basically what it is.
Right. But I thought the both was you didn't have to drink last time.
No, both is drinking and neither is drinking.
Oh, okay.
But if you pick,
okay,
we're not drinking.
Let's get
and
it.
really, it's just about bringing up names and stories. It's not to be foul to nobody or nothing.
Let's get it.
So I'm drinking some marijuana juice by my girl, my sister, Jazzy.
But we got Sonny D. He gonna take a couple shots on your behalf.
For you, on your behalf.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes. All right, so I'm starting.
He volunteered for the
I'm
What are
starting.
we shotting though?
Oh wait, you get your
We
shot.
can do whatever. We got vodka. We got whatever you want. Champagne. We got.
Here you go, Sonny.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I'll
do the
start with you because I
champagne.
know. I know you're gonna be politically correct.
We gonna see.
Take it from the bottom.
Oh, you know what? I might have to start with the. Fuck. Okay, hold on. This is for all three of y'all. Fuck it.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Jay-Z or Big Daddy Kane?
As far as what?
Whatever the criteria in your mind.
Whatever criteria in your mind.
You could have liked the haircut, you could the line, whatever it is.
Damn, they both style niggas too, man.
Short shots for a
do
lot of
not know
shots.
how to not be loyal.
Yeah, they both style Brooklyn niggas, man.
Brooklyn niggas don't know not how to stand up for other Brooklyn
that's
shit.
real.
I'm just being
Whenever
honest.
someone from Brooklyn's
Yeah,
we drink a lot.
we drink a
All
lot.
right, so let's go. Both. You already know.
Oh, you got your shot?
Hold on.
What?
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Champagne.
You
said
got shot with champagne.
Oh, that's vodka?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do vodka. Let's do it.
have
Come on.
tequila?
Yeah. No, I'll do vodka. Fuck it. We got tequila for him?
Do we have tequila?
Do we have tequila? We got.
You could, or we have,
That ain't real tequila. I don't like
no, it's not
That's
tequila.
vodka. No, that's
That's
Tito's.
vodkas though. Tito's.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't-
saying if you
Yeah.
want that.
Fuck it, I do vodka. I ain't
All
gonna
right,
put y'all through no
I
trouble.
take two of
Let's
my
get
shots.
All right, so we taking a shot already.
Yeah.
it. Yeah, let's get
All right.
it. Let's get it.
Salud.
This ain't really
This little shots.
Salud.
All right, because what did we say?
Both.
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 Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Every time I see Big Daddy Kane, I be telling him, you know, my bush is because I was
You trying to get the
Two cuts trying to wild out?
Yeah, I was that kid. I was a kid. I cut my
I
eyebrows.
hope you didn't tell him my bush, though.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, I'm talking about my bushy eyebrows. You didn't let me finish.
Eyebrows trying to wild out.
Yeah, I was that kid.
Thank you.
And I had the flat top too. My shit ain't kind of flat. It didn't quite flat, but it was getting there.
All right, y'all ready? Scarface or Ice Cube?
That's you. That's you. That is you all the way.
Scarface or who?
Ice Cube all the way.
That's tough. He said that's easy.
That shouldn't be easy, brother. Get out of here.
Scarface.
Is there a timer?
Yeah.
Okay. Any reason why?
Yeah.
Mind playing tricks on me. The greatest mental health song ever made.
It is. That's
Somebody
crazy.
else said that. Yes. Yeah. I didn't even know that. It was a mental health song.
I was about to drink for it.
Yeah.
All right. Tupac or DMX?
Oh.
Tupac, man. Damn.
Any stories, though, guys?
Of course, they got stories.
You got a story?
Tupac
I
and
know,
Big got
stories.
I know Boot Camp got
Yeah,
stories.
They got stories.
I mean, you know, it's no lie, it's personal. You know what I mean? Like, I met Tupac moms, man, Feeny, rest in peace and Queen. Like, I feel like that's my brother. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like his mom's is my auntie. Like his spirit. Like, I could say he's a panther, but it's more than that. You know what I mean? I could see a dude that's trying to find his place, going from place to place, and like just trying to tell people how dope they are, and then being angry that motherfuckers don't want to listen to it. Like his whole struggle, I feel that. You know what I mean? He put that out there for us in so many different ways. Like, you know, X-Man is crazy, but Pac is that guy, man.
Rest in peace, the best.
Where do I begin? Do I get with the story first, or pick who I say first?
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna go for the pick.
The story of Pac I used to have when he was filming. Which one was he doing?
Juice above the rim.
When we was out there?
When we was out there. I think it might have been Bullet, the name.
Might have been
gang-related?
like the last-
Gang related. So we would come from the studio to the movie set back and forth. And every day, every morning, like 4:35, they would bust into my room. Yo, Tech, here, I got this AR. Put this vest on. Let's go shoot. I'm like, yo, Pac, it's like 4:30 in the morning. What is wrong with you?
Shoot?
Like, shoot.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like, I'm like, yo, Pac, what? I'm not putting on a vest standing nowhere. We're not shooting nothing at 4:30
He wants you to put on the vest to go shoot a gun.
No, he had a vest. I had a vest. And I'm like, nah, we can't do this.
All right.
And I think I had him stop smoking cigarettes for like a week.
Newports. He was heavy.
He was heavy. I had him stopping for like a week. But X is a different animal too, man. I think I would go with X.
Wow. You got to drink just because y'all disagree.
They canceled each other out.
Yeah, cancel each other out.
I ain't got no
Here go
Cheers to the legend.
Oh wait, if you disagree, it's a
Nah, we just made that rule up. We just tried to separate.
You decided to throw your talent to the
drink champs.
X is my sad brother too, man.
Yeah, E.
Mobb Deep or MOP?
Oh nah, y'all can't do it.
Y'all can't.
Just
drink. Just drink.
Yeah, I know
Can't
this.
do that.
Just drink. Bro.
I want to just drink.
Yeah.
No.
That's not can't happen.
Yeah, they
I mean,
can't.
I drink, but can I answer?
Go ahead. Yes, of course.
Mobb Deep.
Over MOP?
I'm gonna say this, and people get mad when I say this, and there's no diss to nobody at this table.
Okay.
This is how I feel. This is my
Go ahead.
opinion. The Infamous is the greatest New York rap album ever made.
God. Fuck off.
Right here. Right here.
Because I agree and disagree. Let me take a shot for that.
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah.
Let me take a shot.
But you agree and disagree?
Yes, because in a lot of ways.
Therefore, it makes no sense.
Yeah, that's why I said
It does make sense.
Yeah,
Actually, it
because
does. It does make sense.
I understand where you coming from. But for me,
Illmatic is up there.
personally, it's Illmatic, right?
It's up there.
Right.
But for me, when it comes to the group effort, if there's no Infamous, there is no Capone
yeah.
Noriega.
And
So
I agree
you
with
got
that.
me tongue-tied, fucked up.
Shook,
Yeah,
if anybody outside of New York, if you ask them one of the beats or a beat that
Yes.
represent or a
Shook
song
ones.
that
Shook
is
ones.
Shook Ones,
Shook ones.
and Prodigy I've always said that Prodigy has the greatest opening lines in hip hop.
I can't unhear that Project Stove now. Now every time,
you can't hear that. Yeah, salute to his daughter too, by the way. You know what I mean?
Santana Fox.
Salute to Prodigy's daughter.
Yeah.
Santana Fox.
Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
So are we taking shots?
I took a shot.
I believe so. Yes, okay.
All right.
Next one.
Rakim or KRS-One?
Woo!
Take 7 MC.
I feel like y'all did this same question on the last one.
It's good.
Take a rhyme.
Let's match it up.
Want me to answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
21 MCs ate up at the same time. Easy does it.
Rakim.
Even easy.
Rakim.
Anybody else want to answer?
It gotta be the R.
Okay.
Rakim. He changed rhyme flow.
Rakim.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's
Changed rhyme flow.
And he didn't curse.
And he didn't curse.
I think but
rhyme flow.
once. I think we found out he cursed on one track.
I don't even think I heard
Really?
that
You gotta
one. That must
dig.
be the-
Yeah.
He the Rosetta Stone, bro. He's a Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
And he's still rocking right now.
Yep.
Just seen him with the
Yeah.
orchestra and the all black.
Nah, the
joint.
t-shirt
both of
is.
them, yeah,
Like
characters.
Kendrick,
Both of them are.
Yeah. This is God versus God.
Yeah,
for sure.
I ain't gonna lie to you
Right,
though.
though, like-
KRS is the only motherfucker I ever went to his concert and I left knowing more than I knew before. This motherfucker taught me a lesson I didn't even want to know. I was just like, oh, and I'm sitting there listening to like, okay, I'm gonna start doing that from now on. Like this nigga gave me information I didn't even know I
teacher.
needed.
That's right.
He win the
Yeah,
verses
I
though.
swear to God.
KRS the one we win the verses.
His stage performance is like no
And
other.
his catalog is
One is,
insane.
man, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. This is directly for you.
Go ahead. Do it.
That's right. And then it's directly after from. We're gonna start with you first. Primo or Pete Rock?
I knew you was gonna ask me that.
Let's do it too. Let's get to it.
Let's see how honest you are.
Nah, this is fucking you up.
Okay. As it pertains to me,
Yes. Yes.
as for me,
Yes.
not accolades, not anything, not catalog. For me, it's Pete Rock.
Okay.
Because he's the great, to me, he has the greatest ear hip hop has ever seen.
Sample choices?
Right. Because Pete Rock can take 5 records from different genres and make a beat out of it. Not too many people that can do that. And I just have never seen, if you play the sample and you play what he did to it, Pete Rock is the greatest manipulator of samples to me. And I know people watch this say Dilla. They'll say Dilla. Rest in peace, Jay Dilla. But me, Madlib, Jay Dilla, Just Blaze, Kanye West, all of us learned how to manipulate samples from Pete Rock.
Okay.
Pete Rock.
That's ill.
You?
Primo.
Primo?
It's really unfair. It's really unfair.
P Rock, man.
Pete Rock?
Yeah.
Do y'all follow him on Instagram? See how funny Pete Rock is on Instagram, yo?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yo, he's funny. And he like Jamaican comedy, too.
No.
He is heavy on Rasta comedy. Yeah, man. Y'all, you know, I've been getting Rasta comedy since Mom cut down.
Since Buju, you've been on it.
Since Buju was the Buju Busters. You know,
I love his post.
Trini, his family's from
Jamaican.
Jamaican, right?
He better be Jamaican on the Jamaican shit. I'm seeing on his shit. I'll be, he tell me.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, Jamaican.
All right. Queen Latifah or MC Light? Anybody?
Ooh.
Shit, it got for me is light as a rock. That was my traveling to high school music.
And
then she had to
neither
join
one of them
the
wrote their
5K.
own lyrics, though, right? Does that matter?
You said neither of them wrote their own lyrics?
I'm asking.
Big, you done started
Queen.
something.
Queen Latifah.
I know they had probably some of their stuff was written by other people, but I know Tretch wrote some stuff for
Queen Latifah,
shots.
but that's later. I don't know. That's a tough one, man, because MC Light, man, that Light is a rock.
She just loaded me up over here. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna have to take shots on that one.
nah, he don't drink that.
There you go.
What's that?
Sorry, brother.
No, he don't drink.
The what?
The record.
The record?
You got-
I got mad shots on top.
That's why I don't like it over there. Give it to me, man. I don't like it. I told you, give me the bougie vibes.
The bougie
man.
vibe,
You
yeah.
gave me the bougie vibes.
Salud.
What we drinking to?
I don't know.
He just want to drink.
I'm drinking.
Salud.
Cheers. So did we pick who? Y'all pick? Oh, no.
I said Queen.
Queen,
I said
MC
Queen.
Light, MC Light.
Nah,
right?
And then
I'm drinking.
Slime over there talking about they ain't write their rhymes. I was trying
Yeah,
to get out of there.
I'm going to have to research that a little bit more.
I don't want no females on
I
it.
research a little bit more.
I ain't touched that one.
Nobody said. I was asking. I ain't doing.
Yeah, I'm going to research that. We'll get back to it.
Oh, I want this. All right, for you.
All right.
Reasonable Doubt or Ready to Die?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's that Brooklyn shit.
You ready to die?
Ready to Die?
Yeah.
Ready to die, baby, baby.
Okay.
Better established than the livest one.
No, but curious. Okay.
Reasonable Doubt.
I felt like he was going to say
He
that.
had that one.
Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah?
3 Primo beats. The great Clark Kent was on there. Ski was on there.
All right.
Yeah.
Them peace clock.
Great album.
No, great album. That's another Sag brother.
All right,
Salute
go
to
ahead. You
Jay.
asked this one.
The Beat Miners or Soul Council?
Oh,
Soul Council. What are
that's
we talking
cold.
about? Us. I'm gonna pick my team first.
We wasn't
My
asking you the
team
question.
first.
He talked on that one. He said that with
He jumped out the
aggression.
window.
Take a shot just for saying that. You gotta take that.
Fair enough, man.
gotta take
You know who's on Oprah's magazine cover every month? Oprah. You got that every month.
Rep
nigga.
yourself, right?
In November, you know who's on the cover? Oprah.
Nah,
You know who's on it April Fool's Day? Oprah.
You know
You
what,
know who's
man?
on it Cinco de Mayo?
Oh.
Oprah. So you better big yourself up. That's a fact. Go research that,
But
Jack.
I will say this though. I will say this about Evil D and Mr. Walt. You know, they talked about when Drake first dropped. You know, they talked about 40 when he filtered beats and Drake sounded like he was rapping on something that sounded underwater. Like that's a beat miners thing. Just like all of that, like everything.
I never thought of it.
Filter.
Now
Yeah.
you just brought that in.
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
it.
I heard the beginning of Buck 'em Down. Anything that had they put a filter on and then just took the filter off. That's a beat miners thing.
And did the filter automatically make a bass line almost?
Yes. Yeah, that was the beauty about beat miners. Like to have that, they did it on a lot of records, man. So I don't think we'll be doing that if it wasn't for beat miners.
Yeah, I'm, and this is not because they my team. Like I'm gonna go with the beat miners. As tough as it is, it's easy for me because, like, they gave us a sound. You know what I mean? Like because like Nas, the Illmatic album is dope because he got different producers doing different things. So we love all of these songs and we knew these producers for that. But Mr. Walt sat with us. You know what I mean? He cultivated us and put us with certain things. And that's part of why we ain't never do that crossover type of vibe too. So we try to grow into what we was, whatever we was to be. So them brothers helped us a great deal with that.
Made y'all
You know what I
unique.
mean?
I'm gonna go lie, I'm just taking a shot
Yeah.
for that. It just sounded so good.
I'm shaking just to say beat minus.
Like, you just making up new rules at this point. He just killed that. He just killed that. I'm gonna take a shot.
Salute to Mama Dugard. Word.
Oh, you
Let's
saying
take the
that?
shot. I'm watching you. Yeah. We celebrating today. Goddamn. Oh, I got no. I wanted you.
No, you got this one. I just want to hear you.
Because I don't even know the pronounce.
And I just, before we go, because I gotta say, you know, salute to the queens, Latifah and MC Light too. So, because you ain't gonna leave, we not gonna leave on that. We can't leave on that. You know what I'm saying? I love them both. And that's a fact. You know what I mean?
that's a fact.
And Handball, they call it a
And
windmill.
they are ultra legends.
Yeah, nah, it's a fact. No question.
And handball, they call it a windmill when you come back.
I used to play handball.
I play handball.
High
I'm
school.
4-H. I'm
Yeah,
4-H.
I played some handball too. Yeah, I did from Pond too a couple
Yeah, you don't
of
play the handball.
those. I grew up with Puerto Ricans. My nickname is Tony, man. Come on, man.
Hell's Kitchen,
Okay,
man.
all right, cool.
Absolutely.
All right, here's the ultimate question. Did you have a glove on or no glove?
No glove.
No glove? Or
No glove, no
I was with a
glove.
glove.
Yeah, N.O.R.E had a special
You was
glove.
playing. No,
I
you
always
playing
had a
hard,
special glove.
hard.
That's right.
Nah.
They call it the funky chicken.
This shit,
You was a
glitter
tap.
came out of it every time you hit it.
Okay, FL Studio or MPC 2000 XL?
XL.
FL Studio. I revolutionized the culture with that.
God damn, talk.
God damn.
Nice.
Wait a minute.
God damn.
Actually,
It's on the cover of May, you don't know?
I made, you know, I made Jay-Z Threat on the FL Studio, 25 minutes.
Threat.
I made Girl for Destiny's Child on FL Studio.
Woo.
I made Good Woman Down for Mary J. Blige, Honey by Erykah Badu.
Jeez.
All of this on FL Studio. So
they ain't know.
In a time where they used to laugh at me for making beats on computer, now everybody make beats on computer. So FL Studio.
I want to ask you just real quick, because you just feel like you got this. Do you have Erykah Badu incense?
Because we've been trying to get you out.
I think we seen some in the stereo.
You lying. You lying.
You had Erykah Badu incense.
I want to say it.
We want to have it right here.
No, I don't know.
Because we going to get some Erykah Badu incense, goddammit.
Get her up somehow.
What?
Get it from Erykah Badu herself.
No, we gotta support without her knowing.
We got it. Well, I mean, we can't find it. It's sold out.
It was sold out.
It's sold out.
sold out.
It's sold out.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, Knife. You look like you had a box. For some reason.
It's sold out. He said, order 1, 2, 3, 4. I got it.
I'm just playing. Okay. Rhapsody or Nicki Minaj?
Rhapsody.
Yeah, come on. That's easy.
And of course, people are gonna watch this and thinking about accolades or whatever, man. But Rhapsody's pen, like if you look at the people
dangerous.
who she rapped with, like she purposely wanted to rap with a Black Thought, a Busta Rhymes, a Ab-Soul, a Kendrick Lamar, just to prove that her pen is as vicious as anybody else's.
Yeah,
And
Rhapsody.
she's really
wrote
coming
all
to her
her
own
raps.
recently. I feel like she's really like coming to her
Yeah,
own.
and she writes all this. Who writes that stuff? Who don't? Okay, cool.
Right.
Rhapsody writes all of her raps.
Rap's pen is dangerous.
And
She's a phenomenal
dudes be
artist.
scared to rap with her. So
That's
She's
fact.
supposed to be
There
on
you go
Drink
with that.
Champ soon. Just
Yeah, and salute on that
Dudes be scared to
Grammy
rap with
too,
her.
man.
Yeah, salute to the
Like,
Grammy too.
she's-
Yeah.
Ocean Drive.
yeah.
Okay. Gangstar or EPMD?
Damn.
Cold blooded.
Rest in peace.
Just for the strength of, I gotta say both, but
Okay. I'm in. All right.
but for me, coming from the
put a butt after
EPMD camp, Das Effects was like some of the first rappers that I personally visualized pulling up big Benzes inside of the park on the curb with 40 below Timbs on.
Because they
And
were
Dread.
too, right?
And
East New York, and
Dread,
Dreads,
yeah.
and little short niggas like our height, like
And Das Effects is ill, man.
yeah, they are super.
I don't think they get enough credit that they deserve.
We need to
some
give Das Effects
Yeah,
they
my
fly.
favorite.
They got that make some noise for Das Effects.
Make
And
some noise
they ain't even part of this question. That's how ill this is.
But you
Yeah.
said Gangstar, though.
Yeah, no, he said both.
Oh, he said both. Okay.
They're both.
Y'all wanna answer this?
You don't look like you saying both.
I mean,
what you
he
about
want,
to say,
he
Knife?
might,
You look like you were about to say something.
EPMD.
EPMD.
EPMD, man. Strictly business, unfinished business, business as usual, business never personal. It is hard, and that's in order. It's hard to have 4 great albums back to back, bro.
yeah,
They're a
that's
blueprint.
And then stay in business.
Good point.
my
and
God.
keep the names business.
And Eric Sermon as a producer.
Right.
All right.
There you go. So
I told Eric Sherman, like, I said, man, I miss the version when you used to get high and shit. He's like, Warren, it's a sober nigga. He's my friend. But go smoke a blunt, Eric Sherman.
And
I'm
it's-
sorry. Y'all looking at me like, what did N.O.R.E just say? I'm just playing around. That's my nigga.
He's supposed to have an album dropping out with all duos on
he
it
sent
too.
me
don't
that.
he?
Yeah, all duos.
And you want to see it?
duos.
Let me see
He
it.
sent me-
You did it?
Yeah.
He sent me like 10
did it?
beats and
Not
scared
yet,
the life
but
out
I
of me.
will. I will.
Not yet.
No, I'm a part of the duo. I'm a part of the duo.
Yeah.
I love the duo. Okay, but we need to break the ice with you.
What-
Gangstar or EPM?
That same one. I thought we drank already.
Oh no,
We did.
they
I mean, we
but
drank,
really
but
drink
yeah,
again.
just-
But you,
Nah, you raised a good point with that. The fact that they got them albums like that.
And Gangstar got him too.
And Guru
Yeah.
as a producer himself with Jazzmatazz.
Jazzmatazz was dope.
This
Can't
is true.
forget
This
about
is
that.
true.
And when you say, okay, Gangstar, I'm thinking about
And
the
they
whole
rep
foundation.
Brooklyn too, from the East. So
And both of them introduced a lot of other artists.
No, they did.
Both of
They
them.
did.
both of them.
I don't know.
EPMD,
That was
man.
a good. Who
EPMD,
sent that in? Who sent that question?
These guys over here.
Has?
Yeah,
Has-
yeah.
But I
The
don't know
Colombians.
if EPMD has ever made an album better than Moment of Truth. That's the only thing.
Okay. Now, which leads me to my next question: A Tribe Called Quest or De La Soul?
Tribe.
He said that quickly too.
How you really feel? Why'd you say it so quick like that?
Because
De La Soul was. You say?
I fuck up your
De La was more innovative, very innovative, very experimental. 3 Feet High and Rising. I don't think we'll ever get another album like that. Tribe mastered the art of making big records. Check the Rhyme was a big record.
Check the Rhyme, y'all.
War Tour was a big record.
War Tour with Muhammad Man.
Electric Relax. We are still chasing the feeling of electric relaxation to this day.
And I just figured out where El Segundo was. I was like, oh shit, this is a real place. Oh, holy shit. This motherfucker was, I thought he made that up. He left his wallet in El Segundo. I thought he made that up. I was like, what the fuck? El Segundo.
And the movement that was ushered by Tribe. Even though the De La
came before Tribe.
But still Tribe led that movement.
That's what I was. That's what I was
like.
saying.
That's
Like,
right.
You know, Tribe was the head of that.
they're like a branch.
Like we know Jungle Brothers started it.
Jungle Brothers.
Tribe led it. It felt like.
Yeah, I mean, and although like Black Sheep was the one that had the biggest, Choices Words was the biggest record they ever had. But Tribe, you got to think, Tribe had Scenario. Scenario ushered in Busta Rhymes. Although these are the new. That's what that was. But Tribe is.
What was the name?
We
of that
still
old
chase.
Native Tongue.
Native Tongue. That crew is.
That's
on.
it.
All of us.
That is
Slum
dramatic.
Village, Erykah Badu, The Roots,
Craziest collectors
Outkast,
ever.
Yeah, that is
all
ill.
attribute their feeling to Tribe.
And it helped hip hop become eclectic and be okay with going in different directions and trying different things.
Absolutely.
Tribe, man.
Absolutely.
Tribe called
But Tribe
quits.
is coming from that whole 3 Feet High and Rising. They all part of that's like saying the same family.
Yeah, no, pretty much.
Yeah.
Native Tongue.
And then Q-Tip was on Mobb Deep's album 2-3 times.
He did a couple.
the Drinking Joint. What's the name of the Drinking Joint?
He
That's
did
One
Drink
Love.
Away the Pain.
Yeah.
Drink Away the
That's one of my
Pain.
favorite
One Love for Nas.
He did One Love for Nas.
Temperature
He did Temperatures Rising.
Yeah, Temperatures Rising.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Killed it.
You know there's an original Temperatures Rising. That version didn't
you
get
on it?
cleared. No, that version didn't get cleared.
No, that was on vinyl. We had
That's the original version.
Yeah.
And it didn't get cleared, and Tip had to go back in and do a whole different.
it's a different sample?
Yeah, so the version that you
it's
actually
different-
hear
different beat.
on the album is not the actual version.
I thought it was just a remix.
This was out like this was back then where you give your boys the copies of.
Yeah, you got the white label. I had a white label.
White label. I forgot that.
That's kind of crazy because working with Buckshot, like when it was time to make a radio edit or a radio version that they used to call for, like Buck would just go in the studio and write a whole nother song.
Wow.
And the remix, the clean version, was sometimes better than the original
It was.
version.
He did it twice.
He did, yeah. He
did it twice.
hitting out the park with them joints. So we picked up the work ethic where everybody
got
was
inspired.
reversing curse letters. You had to go in there and actually put your pen to work, and Buck was the master of that shit.
Yeah,
I got you open.
True that.
I got you
open.
Buck them down.
I'm already going to
Y'all got some more?
Oh, we got a lot more.
Oh,
Wu-Tang or NWA?
Wu-Tang or NWA?
I mean, that's a trick question to me.
Damn.
So if you want to just take a shot, I'm in.
Yeah, let's take shots.
I'm in.
Wait, now,
Me and
I
you,
feel
we
like
got a
now you're thinking about it.
We might.
Hold on. Now you're thinking about
But
this.
we taking all.
Yeah, we taking
process
it.
of
That's for
that.
infinity.
It's kind of
That's for
both.
infinity.
Culturally is Wu-Tang. Accolades, everything, like what was spawned out of NWA,
it's
like
crazy.
was insane. Like Beats Headphones, Ice Cube's acting career, Ice Cube's solo career.
I mean, the tree is crazy.
The tree
On
is
both
nuts.
sides.
The
But 'cause they're not
DOC,
too
Smooth.
far.
I don't like it generationally. I think it's the wrong
Because
Because
generation.
Snoop, Wu-Tang will eventually go to that generation.
50 Cent,
Yeah.
Eminem, the Wu-Tang, I mean the NW, the Dr. Dre family tree is
Because
insane.
you got M, you got it fit, you got all kind. It keeps going.
Nah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
They had a dynasty over there.
But Wu-Tang will be a
Wu-Tang.
dynasty.
Wu-Tang sticks to me is a whole different
Because
thing.
you
That's
got
a
Meth
different
doing this
monster.
thing. Is
Yeah.
So what we got to drink
Yeah.
on that? That's not.
Yeah, we're gonna have to drink
that's
on
a-
that.
let's void that.
Oh,
Wu-Tang.
I would say both. I think it's the
forgot.
wrong pair up, but I say both. If you
No,
can.
I
I don't like the pair up. I don't like the pair up.
Wu-Tang is
I think it's a
comic
thinking
books,
question,
kung fu,
though.
and religion.
But I think
all in one
generationally
thing.
it doesn't match.
Right.
Compton.
Yeah, okay. I see where
NWA
you
starts
coming
first, so
from.
it goes first. You know what I'm saying?
And not really religion, right? Because for the ones that went outside, like moms and them, we had Bibles with the cartoons, but then we went outside and we saw the brothers building in the
That's
circle.
what I'm talking about.
We sat there. We on the right, and that's another one as far as respecting the elders. Like we could sit on the bench. We couldn't get into the cipher with them when they was building. We could get a little air,
Right?
but
Like living in North Carolina, like, it's Jesus, 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 right?
The Bible Belt.
It's the Bible Belt. But not until I started listening to like Rakim and Brand Nubian and Wu-Tang that I started learning about Islam. I learned the most from them.
Alhamdulillah.
So,
Beautiful, you learn.
Wu-Tang is the first comic book rap group, bro. You can put them in comic books. The names that they had, Peter Parker, Tony Stark. It was a reason.
They stood out as superheroes already.
Man,
right.
it was superheroes, right?
It's crazy.
Well, I ain't gonna lie.
Don't lie.
Not comparing them to NWA.
Why are my
but
shots getting bigger and bigger?
I was
okay.
I was literally scared of NWA.
I find this. It's true though.
I was
agree
like
with
that
you.
music scared me. Like I was like, what the fuck? First of all, I thought Compton was a jail. The way they said straight out of Compton, I said, I never want to go there. Like that is just hold up.
Crazy
I told you that.
Yo, he started the album that way. Straight out of Compton. Crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know. I was just like,
I felt honestly in hip hop, they were
Yeah.
the first group to evoke that emotion.
right.
I don't
right.
know. I don't know.
See,
Because
you gotta remember, I'm coming from
in hip-hop,
X-Clan.
I don't-
I'm coming
Think
from
about
a
it. Think about it. Think about it. They're coming
And
out
then I
in
hit
the 80s.
NWA.
Yo, but
This is 80.
they was a
But that's
more.
coming from a different coast. From me,
Okay.
that was my mob style from Harlem that was coming.
I understand.
Oh, okay, I get
Yeah,
that.
so they was-
I get that.
Mind
Right.
you, I'm in Miami. I'm in Miami. So just someone just listening to hip hop as a whole. It was two groups. It was Public Enemy that evoked this emotion over here,
Right.
and NWA.
Right.
To me, they were the same groups in different sides of the spectrum.
Right, definitely.
That's what I was
definitely.
But I
right there.
never-
That's a fact.
I never felt that kind of emotion from rap music.
Not the first song being straight out of Compton.
Where you're like,
Yeah.
God
And
damn,
not
this
the
is
second
fucked up. I don't know
song
if I
being
want
But have you ever heard mob
Right,
style?
right. But that's
No.
what it is
And
because
Z
they.
Tone Whip Wop?
See, that's
Nah,
the reason
see, I
why.
can't say that.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
They
that's
shit
the
was
reason
got-
why
they shit was
I'm
underground.
relating. I'm understanding you
With that
on a
NWA.
global term. I understand what he's
Right,
saying.
I could understand it
Yeah,
because
that's-
NWA was still
Because
that
we
was
didn't
almost
know.
like
Sorry
our
to cut you off,
introduction
but
to
we
gangs.
didn't know that mob style was really just a New York shit.
Right.
When I went,
for real though.
When I went out of town and people didn't know who mob style was, I was so mad.
It was hurt, right?
You don't know who mob style?
No.
People were looking like,
Don't take
what?
7th, take 8th
Yeah.
Avenue.
But you gotta
know
remember,
that?
you gotta remember,
Yeah.
Q went to fuck with Chuck later
that,
on, right?
To me, that was
So,
the best thing in the world.
It was like
when,
perfect.
when I got that cassette tape,
Q went to left
Q-
by accident, because you don't even
It
know
got
it was
with the
before
nation.
internet, when the magazines were late to get to you. You find America's Most Wanted, you open it, and you see the Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad.
I was like,
And
Get out of here.
Cube was like our introduction. Well, NWA was like really opening our eyes to gang shit,
Yeah.
gang wars.
Now
in
we was
LA.
dressing, we was wearing Raiders
culture.
You gotta
Well,
kind of give
Ice-T's
it to
the
Ice-T.
original.
Ice-T was
Yeah,
the
it
original,
was,
yeah.
but this wasn't really jacking Ice-T at
No,
first.
6 in the
Not really.
morning? Yeah.
And
we
the
bumped
album
that. We
covers-
bumped
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But
He had some
NWA
bad-
but think about it. If you
It
listen to
was the-
NWA's first album, they're not even talking about colors.
But Ice Cube,
Right.
But Ice T,
But he, and
I
he
love
came
this
from the
conversation,
movie.
by the way. I love hip-hop conversation.
he doesn't do 6 in the morning if he didn't hear PSK first.
Right.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait,
PSK.
PSK?
So
Yeah,
NWA,
People always saying, what the hell is that?
NWA brought that
Just like NWA
politics.
say, a lot of the New York rappers influence, but that's
Right.
why they even decided to do certain things. Like,
That's
no, we're not going to
Philly
talk about
too,
that.
right?
We doing our style. But they, everybody was
So we
influenced
can't
by
leave
what was
out
coming
Tim
of New York.
Dog then.
Absolutely.
No, you
not.
can't leave
You
out.
cannot.
Cannot
You
leave
cannot.
out the dog.
Yeah.
That's what the hip hop do, right? It's supposed to. I mean, not politicize, but that's what we politic. You know,
Invoke
that's
thought.
you know, right?
Yeah, right.
They told us the politics of Compton because you thought it was one thing. You know, we went there. We looking for the colors. That's all we. Same thing.
Yeah, red and
all we
blue,
know is
right?
there. So it's like, damn, we got this information from the hip hop.
That was the beauty of that era, too, because everybody had regional sounds, lingo.
No one sounded alike.
You could
Right.
learn
The Bay Area is a
about
whole
every
different
region
beast.
without traveling there.
Salute to the Bay.
And you knew who
Zenobia.
was when they was dropping.
Like Mr.
Right.
Lee say it all the time. He say he learned English through music.
But he learned the wrong.
He learned the wrong English.
He said he learned English through music.
Hey, hip-hop did a fucked up job turning teaching him his
But
English.
that's how it be.
But nonetheless, they taught him English.
Why am I taking a shot already?
But that's
Yeah,
how
take
it
a
be
shot. I mean,
overseas also. It be different countries that you go to and they don't speak.
Yeah.
You feel me, dog?
Yeah, come on. Let me help you out. Salud.
Oh man.
Salud.
It be they don't even understand the language, but they know the lyrics word for word.
Yes.
There's the positive and negative to that. I've traveled to some countries where they've adopted the gang culture, not understanding where it takes them.
What's happening, right?
And then I've seen the positive side, which is to me outweighs the negative side.
That's a fact.
All the time. All the time.
Like I heard you saying earlier that you guys went to Europe, right?
30 days, yeah.
I hate to say this sometimes, but I have to say it. I feel like sometimes hip hop lives more in Europe.
It does. That's a fact.
Like, you know, when I have shows in Europe, they're there at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's like, why are you there? The club doesn't open till 9, but they want to smell me walk in.
Right.
They want to see me write graffiti. They think I'm going to write graffiti.
Because it's a novelty.
And he does. He actually does that.
Me too. I do. They have the boxes out. And they look, I got my breakdance suit on right now. They think that. Like, but it really lives there. I'm talking about like
there's students allowing themselves to live history.
The essence of hip hop still lives there. Those 5 elements, those 6 elements that they were saying. So y'all, this is how I feel, and I heard you say that earlier when you were saying like y'all just did that. Is that how y'all feel too?
Yeah, for sure. That's the first thing I was taught. I was taught that you'll last 15 minutes in the United States, you'll last a lifetime in Europe, in Africa, and South America.
Man, that's
The whole
tough.
world. And
Just the whole
outside
entire-
of
outside of the United States,
country?
where you get about 5, maybe 6 years of this pure on fire. Shouts to the ones that's done longer than that.
Right.
But overseas, it's non-stop. And they don't want to hear you do... If you got great new records, fine.
Right.
But
They
they
want
want
the
to hear the
classics.
classics.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not only for hip-hop. That's for R&B. That's for
All genres of
anybody.
music, right.
All
I see-
kind of
I
music.
see
Last
Jay-
one
but they
is
own
everything.
in. Like if they're into hip hop,
Jay
they
Will
are
was
into
over
hip
there
hop.
being a
So all the
photographer.
elements
I
of
see
hip hop,
Jay with the
everything.
Damager out there.
For
This
sure.
motherfucking passport was this thick.
Who Jay with the
Jay with the Damager. He was like, yo, I was like, oh shit, I wouldn't either. Fuck it. Yo, he was like, I'll do a show every night, N.O.R.E.
Yo,
Jay was like,
God bless
Jay
him, man.
one night he's a promoter. One night he's the
DJ.
cameraman.
Yeah,
one night he's a DJ.
Yeah.
One night he's your hype man. Like Jay Rule, he lives
He
over. Where
hustling.
is he at? Belgium?
Germany, I
Not
think.
Germany.
Right now.
Germany.
Right
I saw him in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw him in Barcelona last.
Everywhere.
Look at that.
But once
But
you're
to
over there,
answer
you can go
that
anywhere.
question,
You go anywhere, you can stay
let me
there.
see.
But that's a great
I don't
point,
think
man.
I wouldn't. I'm kind of caught between it living over there because I think, you know, being over here in the States, you get spoiled. You have so much accessibility to a N.O.R.E, a Ninth, a Smif-N-Wessun, FN. Where over there, you only see that person or your group who you want to see when the promoters is booking them.
Right.
So it's dope to be over there, but at the same time, if they don't respect what it is, then they're not going to come out like that. But I think being in your hometown is where you receive the most love of anything.
But you know, like one of our favorite clubs for me in New York City that's holding it down still is Webster Hall and like SOB.
Oh,
Word. I thought they-
And SOBs, right? But what I realized is that Webster Hall and SOBs. If you could just
blood clot
like
where-
you like I can't lie to you. The last 10 events I've been to and SOBs big them up. That is where real hip hop still lives.
Definitely, definitely.
And then Webster Hall. Webster Hall's been doing a great job holding these hip hop events.
Yeah.
I want to say the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Hammerstein
you know what I
been
mean?
rocking.
Yeah.
And
We
Monarch in
saw-
Brooklyn, we
The Monarch, I
kind of
haven't
put that
been- I
in.
haven't
We
been
saw a lot of.
That's
We
crazy.
lived at a time when there was a lot of different clubs to go to. So that's a great point that you pointed out as far as in Europe. Because I ain't, just to keep it 100. Like I think that. I don't know about you, but for me, I might have been like reluctant to even say that. But that might be a true fact that over there, it lives there.
Yeah.
It's like that makes sense because if you think about hip hop as the stone, right? And you throw the stone in the river and it causes a ripple and it just continues to affect them. But we never thought about that initially, obviously, right? We just want to do our thing. But then when we go over there and we see the ripple effect that we have caused, we're like, wow, this is incredible.
And we take things for granted here because it's so close.
Yeah,
I was in Vietnam. They were telling me there's a lot of dancing. You know, the break dancing is big in Asia. So these dancers were telling us about some pioneer pop locker from I never heard of this person. But they showed me videos that prove that this guy is a pioneer. He's like, this is the guy that we've been following for 50 years. And I'm like, God damn. It's just ill how, because they just, from a distance, they appreciate everything more. We're just too close to it.
Yeah, well, it makes sense, man, because it's like, it's great. You know, it's like we're doing it at such a rate, like our intentions have changed. At some point, it's like we're doing it to now pay the rent.
Money.
And to do these things, and they still doing it just to listen.
That's a hobby.
Just to what you're saying, I went to Haiti and we met up with this artist. They consider him like the Tupac of Haiti, right? And when I went, I don't know now because it's gotten really bad out there right now. And this has happened in every country I've gone to. I've gone to a bunch of countries. And he told me, you guys don't do hip hop in the United States. You guys do business.
That's hard.
And I thought,
heavy.
And that's been something consistent that's been told to me in Peru, in Cuba, Haiti, Vietnam, Colombia, South Africa.
Same.
I've gone to as many continents as I can. It's not like it's one continent saying this.
Yeah,
they're all saying it.
Yeah.
You guys don't do hip hop. You guys do
business. So basically, they say we've left the art form.
Yeah.
We're here
That's
for
chasing
monetary reasons.
Yeah.
You know, in the 80s and 90s, we weren't making much money off of it. Hip hop wasn't.
And we was killing it.
And it was all of, about the props and about whatever, whatever we wanted out of it,
But at that, to be on the other side of that, look how hip hop has evolved. If we wasn't doing business, we wouldn't be able to have shows like
Absolutely.
this.
Right.
We wouldn't be able to
Right.
open other doors to
Right.
feed our family. And hip hop has come so long that it's opened multiple doors.
True.
You go into film from hip hop. You go into anything you really want to do. Like just even working with Afrobeat artists, it would be something like, yo, if it's presented, then yeah, let's go.
Right. These artists might not even be talking about hip hop to debate it.
Right.
There wasn't the monetary on this side.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. So we're gonna get back into the quick time of slime. Finish it up. Outkast, Outkast or UGK?
Did you jump? Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, you didn't jump.
No, there.
No, you good.
Oh man,
That's good. That's
Outkast
good too, man,
UGK.
right?
That's
good.
damn. Bun is my brother.
Mine too.
Outkast is them guys too, though, man. They got the style, the grace of
3000.
everything. They beat us at the 9-5 Source Awards too. They won that award, so that's still like
That was the infamous ones where he said, "Sounds got something to say."
Yeah.
Facts.
But
Salute to them, brothers.
I gotta say both, man. They both dope.
All right.
Rest in peace, Pimp C.
All right.
Innovators.
Yeah.
Innovators.
Take a drinky drink.
All right.
Yeah, like one. Busta or Eminem?
Busta Rhymes.
Quickly,
Busta Rhymes, the mighty infamous.
I think Eminem would say Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. That's why.
Respectfully.
Yeah, as he should, yeah.
You know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, next one.
Oof. Pharaoh Munch
Oh man.
or Royce the 5'9"?
Pharaoh.
Bro. Salute to Royce, man.
Pharaoh Munch.
Salute to Royce.
Salute to Royce 5'9", but Pharaoh Munch. Internal affairs.
Pharaoh,
He was in organized confusion.
Organized confusion.
And the record you guys got with.
And they got the verse on Medina right now.
Shouts to
I'm
Soulful.
saying Medina's
Shout out to soundtrack.
Not-
Shout out to soundtrack.
But
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
up, but keep it real, though. Not because that verse, though. Like, bro got asthma.
No, I'm not saying because
real.
of the verse.
Like, he got asthma. Like, you would think somebody who breathing like that.
Say he got asthma? He got asthma?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. Not to put it up, but anyway, like, I'm just saying,
And
like,
he's a dope
you would
action
think that
figure
somebody
collector,
like that, that's
poser.
conscious of their breath, would not put so many words in a rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, his flow is
It's
incredible.
unmatched. It's unmatched,
Incredible.
man. But he is so like the way he break down and he studies like what he's gonna say if it's particular to the concept.
and like his tone, the way he goes with the tone is ill.
Yeah, nah, he's incredible. And then you going back to organized confusion. Like, come on,
Right.
man.
Pharaoh Munch.
Battle March.
Pharaoh.
Yeah, you want the next one too?
Pharaoh.
Biggie or Big L?
Biggie.
Biggie.
Okay. Ray and Ghost or Styles P and Kiss?
Now y'all took the glove.
Okay.
Let's just drink. Y'all need to say some more of that beautiful trip.
Y'all know Grammys.
That beautiful trip, man.
Oh man!
And shout out to Sheik Luch, man. I think
this is
shout
to Infinity.
all the
Shout out to the Gorilla, man.
And this is to Infinity too.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah.
Ray and Ghost.
Are you picking?
Yeah, I'm picking.
How
We can drink, but Ray and Ghost.
you picking the purple tape?
I'm picking the purple tape with Ray and Ghost being on the cover of that. I'm picking Iron Man with Ray and Ghost being on the cover of that. Cover of that. Ray and Ghost being on the cover of that.
Money, Power, Respect album? No?
Good.
Yeah, but if I'm picking Verbal Intercourse, Ice Cream,
Verbal Intercourse.
Daytona 500, Cam A,
I mean, you can stop at Verbal
Win
Intercourse.
Awards. Yeah, they.
All right, Michael Jackson or Prince? Did you say he?
Oh man. Biggs, you gone too far.
You're gone too far now, Biggs.
Does anybody have a MJ or Prince story?
I do not.
Nah, only the first time I remember meeting Prince one time.
You met Prince? Yeah, that's the story, motherfucker. Let's go to it. What do you mean? You met Prince?
You met Prince?
Remember we went to the after party joint? We met Prince the time we was
Yeah, when we was in, what do you call it, Minneapolis?
Minneapolis.
Oh, y'all went to
the
Lake
first
Minnetonka?
Let me
We was
find
out
out.
there
That's
for
what it's called.
Minnetonka.
Wait, what?
We didn't purify in the waters of Lake. We didn't
I ain't get close to
purify
him.
the
He was,
waters.
he was high, not me.
You sure he wasn't gonna get on the remix of Soundboy Burial?
We'd have been talking mad shit. But we was in, we was in
But he
Munich.
was moving like Charlie said, like, you want to play some basketball?
We went to Munich, Germany.
Yeah,
and
Germany,
we was,
Munich.
they have like this monument for Michael Jackson. Right? It's like in the middle of the square. And it's like people come there. We put some people put like
Put some
things
stones,
personal that's
flowers.
personal to them on the monument. It reminded me of New York City, like 42nd Street. Like if people were respected and not just
They'll leave it,
violate.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it was very touching to see. Like, of course people love Mike all over the world, but I ain't see a Prince one like that. And
That was
you're
out there
picking
when
Michael
what,
Jackson.
Tito
No.
Chester had
I'm
too,
drinking.
right?
I'm drinking on that. But I'm just saying, like, you said anybody got a story, but that's as close as I could get. And then Mike didn't he do a song with Big?
I think so. Yes.
Come on, man.
That's on the record.
That's crazy, man. Come on.
Was it Butterflies? Where was it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if that was official.
Google it.
Oh, that might
Michael Jackson?
No, he has.
Yeah, I think that's
Mike, I think he
Butterflies
has.
remix?
might have been back
I
then.
might be
AI.
bugging right now. Sorry, but
It might have been AI back
was
then.
Butterflies.
no. I think it was Butterflies.
They had AI back then too. I just letting you know.
But I know.
Use ChatGPT if it's quicker for you, man.
Chat GPT, Jesus. Fucking
Right.
What's my
I don't
man
trust
name?
Haz's Googling skills. The fact that it takes him that long
He
to
just
go
come
bum,
up
bum,
with
bum,
the
bum, bum,
tough
bum.
ass slime time questions.
Does he definitely does.
Yeah.
What you say, Metro PCS?
Ain't no Dutch.
I don't know.
I gotta check that one out.
Michael Jackson and Prince versus Prince is
What is
crazy.
This time around,
Oh, okay.
It's crazy.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. This time around is the joint.
New Jack City or King of New York?
New Jack City.
ooh,
Damn, he said that quickly too.
New
much.
Jack Frank
White.
Frank White?
New Jack City.
See, but because you guys are from New York, that's why.
That's what it
That's
is.
why.
For me, it's New Jack.
I would say
New Jack City is
too.
Nino Brown.
It's Nino Brown. New Jack
And
City.
King of New York.
That Nino Brown.
Frank White.
That Nino Brown.
Jack City. I say New Jack. I say New Jack City because in the movie. I say it because I'm adding the
And the
soundtrack.
music.
I'm adding the soundtrack too.
To me, this is the music.
Color
What was it, Color Me Bad? That's right.
Color
That's
Me
right.
Bad off the chain.
Girl, I wanna sex you up.
New Jack City.
Yeah. New Jack Hustler. Like, come on.
New Jack Hustler.
It has the most classic line. It has the classic one-liners. I never liked you anyway.
And Chris Rock.
You know what I
Yeah,
think
killed
it is?
it.
You know what I think it is? I think because I recently watched King of New York over in my older age than when I was watching the New Jack City. They all better now.
Really?
They all better now. Like, my wife, she hates to, she can't watch a repeat of nothing. I'm like, how you don't watch a movie more than once? But she know it, she love it, and that's it. Me, I'm like 3-4 times.
Yeah, that's how my wife
watch his
is.
face like
Yeah,
this.
I'm 3 or 4 times too.
Yeah. I don't know. New Jack City or...
New Jack City. Now,
It's
you
supposed-
just
you know
New
what?
Jack City
I
versus...
think I would have to do New
the
Jack
soundtrack
City,
added
though.
to it is
I think
what
I would
makes
go
it better.
New
You
Jack
would have
City.
said New Jack City versus Juice, we'd have had a problem.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, Juice would have won. Actually.
Yeah, I
For
think
me,
I would.
Juice would have won.
Yeah.
I think the thing about this game is for it to be fucking difficult, right?
And it's for your personal impact.
We gotta be brave enough to make a choice, right? Like we can't be just like, yo,
You gotta be honest about how it impacted you.
because they both is
People be thinking about what other people
everyone
are
is gonna be
thinking.
both.
Jack.
Everyone you ask, there's no way that every one of those was both. Every question,
Right.
But if I had to pick, I'm gonna say New Jack City.
New Jack City.
Word.
Nino.
Yeah,
Nino Brown.
Nino Brown.
Are
is
you,
crazy, man.
are you picking between Nas and LL?
Between Nas and LL?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
That's
we're
the
asking.
next question?
I would, you know what? I would say LL, man.
Radio.
Nah, because it's pioneer shit. Like just for like of course Nas, big respect to Nas, man. When we grew up over that guy going box. Like once we saw that was a game changer. Like for me, he's 16,
So you
kicking in
saying
the door.
LL? You saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna say LL. I'm gonna say LL Cool James, man.
It is hard in this game to find solo artists with 4 or more classics, right?
Facts, yeah.
The run that LL had from radio to Mr. Smith is insane. That's
Not to
radio
mention to today with
right.
Rock the Bells.
But just from radio, that's Bigger Than Deafer, that's Walking with a Panther. That's one of the greatest albums of all time. Mama Said Knock You Out.
Crazy.
14 Shots and Mr. Smith. That's a lot of if he do a versus, he can just use those records and do a versus.
That's
LL Cool J is
And he coming out with leather pants on too.
Nah, and he dropped a new album. I'm feeling his new album too.
Play
man.
your ass in leather pants. That's right.
LL Cool J, man, is Mama Said Knock You Out,
Versus
bro.
ever coming back?
My God.
I don't know, but
I
we
don't know.
act like it's coming
No,
up.
we act like versus never left.
We bring it up like it's right now.
Versus still happening?
But let me say this.
Manifest.
Let me say this, though.
Project Window.
I don't know any. Illmatic will probably go down as the most critically acclaimed rap album ever.
I believe so.
The most studied, the most books, the most everything. Illmatic, whether you liked it or not, it is the Kind of Blue of hip hop. Miles Davis Kind of Blue.
I believe that.
That's what it is.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think I would say Nas though, because that was more in the climate when I was coming up. I wasn't. I mean, L
what
was
spoke
there,
to you.
but yeah,
Right.
yeah, definitely. I would definitely say Nas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Redman or Method Man?
You can't ask that question.
We just did.
That's the Rock Wilder. You can't.
You
Redman.
gotta split the Rock Wilder.
Just when you thought
You
it
gotta
was
pick a
safe.
verse.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Albums.
Nah, that's even better. Yo,
It was red. It's red. I mean, it's what the album. There's a Dark Side, Muddy Waters. It's Redman. It's Redman.
So you gotta hang with guys like this who don't sugarcoat no shit. Fuck how you feeling.
Break it
They gonna
down.
tell you what you
I'm-
need to
I'm-
hear, not what you
I'm
want to
gonna give you
hear.
Information. Yeah, Redman. But dog, man, drink the both, man.
Yeah, that-
There you go.
Man.
I mean,
Now you
that's
talking.
more like it.
Yeah, solid.
Cheers.
You have
The Month of the Man.
Man, hold it.
Yeah, remember that tour?
Yep, I do.
Month of the Man.
I worked that.
I be trying to study this. Though.
no, you yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you on me?
No, I got it. Oh, you got it? Doggy Style or Me Against the World?
Because you asked.
Huh?
Doggy Style or Me Against the World?
Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style.
Against Tupac?
Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style.
Ninth is like, I'm just going to
Where it
answer
was put
everything head
together.
on right now.
And Ain't Me Against the World a double album? Oh no, that's
all
eyes on me.
All eyes on me.
Okay, I get
Yeah,
where
if it
you
was
going.
with all, it might be different.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg's
Doggy Style is the better album.
Doggy
In
Style
my opinion.
changed a lot.
Yeah, it changed the whole game.
Yeah, Doggy Style changed.
The music
I
and
mean,
the samples in it is.
The
Doggy
fact,
Style put Branson on the map. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but
Yo, the fact
that's
that
when
you
Dro
have-
was out.
All right.
you have Snoop Dogg, Pump, and songs like that, and an East Coast movie like Above the Rim is nuts. Above the Rim was comprised mostly of West Coast artists.
But filmed on the East Coast. Right. Wow.
Doggy Style,
Wow.
Doggy Style.
Yeah,
What he
I mean,
said.
that was
you're right, man.
that was an interesting era.
what he said with cheese on it.
That was well done. That was well done. Yeah.
Fat Boys or Beastie Boys?
Fat boy.
Fat Boys or Beastie Boys. Fat Boys.
I love how
I don't know.
he answers everything politically. Like he thinks about. I love it. You a professor ass nigga.
Yeah, professor hat, like, well,
he puts on his professor hat every
if I'm
time.
going
I
to
love
teach this to
it.
the class, let me tell you how it's going to go.
He's like, I'm not lowering my
Boys,
standards, you
nah.
resource room ass motherfucker.
Man, they just
So you
like
guys
This will not be
drinking
special
way.
education today. Okay, I
being
respect
dope
that.
I'll
artists.
tell you
But
how it is.
Okay,
I say Fat Boys, man. I think. Yeah, Fat Boys.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
Beastie Boys because
You just want to be politically.
so Beastie Boys. Like I first heard the Beastie Boys. I had older cousins that so dope, and they were playing Paul Revere.
Paul Revere was.
Of course.
Like
That shit was hard as
Paul
fuck.
Revere is a drug dealer
Yeah,
car
Bro,
in
that shit-
1986
yeah, man.
song.
No ride.
Yeah.
Fat Boys, I heard Fat Boys in the party, but I ain't hear a lot of Fat Boys in my big cousin's car. I heard Paul Revere.
Sleep to Brooklyn.
Not that song. I heard
Paul
Paul
Revere was the
Revere,
one.
and I heard Hold It Down,
Yeah.
Hit It, and I heard
Hit It. Oh,
the
that
new
was
style,
crazy.
especially the breakdown in the new style. Yo, Beastie Boys.
But Paul Revere was the gangster joint.
That was a gangster.
That was-
yeah, that was the
That
gangster joint.
Of course.
Lights is the ill. If we're gonna put Lights is the ill against the Fat Boys, it's the Beastie Boys.
Even with disorders.
The song says the movie,
that's the
they
movie.
pioneered the movie.
that's
Rail for hip hop.
That's the movie.
Nah, but they kept it organic, you know what I mean? Salute to
No,
Brooklyn.
and shout out to the Fat Boys, man.
Fat.
You know what I mean? And it's like
Boys, that
and
was a joint, though.
they was
hungry.
dope artists, right? And this you talking about a time, you talking about not only a time, but you talking about a culture that says you have to look a certain way. You know what I mean? They broke all of
Prior
that. They
to
was
Biggie.
like, yeah,
Prior to
prior
Biggie,
to all
there was
that.
Fat Boys
They was like, all right, we're gonna
joint.
run with this and we gonna
No,
so,
it-
one of them
and
Diesel
Movie.
now.
And they
One of
from
them-
Brooklyn.
and one of them
And we
rock
need to get him. We need him on the
Ski.
show. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right.
Brooklyn.
All right. Outlaws or Dog Pound?
Cold, man.
Dog Pound. Corrupt is one of the greatest rappers ever lived.
That's a
agree
one
with
of the
that.
best
I
MCs.
agree with
That's a
that.
fact.
Yeah.
But I gotta say
Outlaws
both.
include
Like he's
Tupac.
Yeah.
I gotta say both.
Corrupt is-
Gotta say both.
Outlaws is
I'm in.
family. That's personal.
right.
No, shout out to Outlaw.
Big up to the Outlaws,
Big up to
please.
the
Yeah, salute to the Outlaws, man. Young Noble, EDI, man.
Yeah, big up to all of the Outlaws.
Wu-Tang.
But what he says about Corrupt, true.
One of
When
the greatest rappers ever lived, bro.
Dog Pound came out in Corrupt,
Nah,
by way of Philly, right?
Corrupt and-
He came
yeah,
by way of
by way of
Philly.
Philly.
and Rage was
And
smashing shit
Corrupt-
for a female
Yeah,
MC.
yeah.
Corrupt be
Rage.
rhyming a
Yeah,
lot off
killing
the
shit.
dome, too.
Yeah.
He
But
be like
Corrupt,
He rhyme when he talk.
Corrupt,
Yo,
his verbiage
I was drinking
so
tequila with him at 10 o'clock in the morning in Vegas. He was rhyming and
And his shit was effortless.
Yeah. No, it was like, he was just like,
Yeah, his shit was like
he was just
the-
talking, but
the
it was
gangster. Yeah, you see it
lyrical.
just so
It was
effortlessly,
wild.
like yeah.
to the big
Talking
homie.
all
yeah,
shit.
salute to Corrupt, man. Word. Daz, man.
Y'all are killing us.
the Source
Yes.
or Double XL,
The Source.
Okay.
the original Source.
I love your aggression.
No, I mean,
And you ain't take a shot at tequila yet.
Word, and he
Come
got
on,
some
Source
light
take
in
one
it.
tequila.
Yeah, man.
Take one. For North Carolina.
You
Y'all
gotta
invented
take-
this
yeah,
shit.
yeah, you gotta
Corn
take-
liquor.
yeah,
Man, my
Y'all
mama-
invented this shit in
My
North
mama
Carolina.
watching this, y'all.
Yeah,
My mama, I told my mama I was coming on Drink Champs. She said, y'all gonna be drinking? I said, "Mama, drink champagne. That's it." She said, "Okay." So I ain't.
Well, shout out to your
This
mom.
nigga done brought out his mom.
The mom of the night.
Nigga can't even go that. Like, all right, cool.
But nah, man, nah, for real. Like,
But what were we talking about?
We talking about the source.
Source.
Double X.
the mic rating by
That's what I'm
itself.
saying. The original source is the mic rating.
Yeah, the original source created the
Carlito's Way
XXL.
to me was like it told
I
you
agree.
what
The
was
original
coming in
source
the future.
created
Totally.
XXL.
the mic rating.
Totally.
Feel like,
I mean, because that's what it was, right? It was leftover source staff members who went and created.
Double
Right,
X.
right.
You know, I don't want to say it
Didn't
like
Elliot
that.
Wilson come on the
Elliot
source
Wilson was
originally?
one of them. No, he was originally
Elliot.
on the source. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
H1
and
is
then who
over
else?
there, right? Double X.
And then they went to the Vibe.
This was Quincy Jones'
Look at Jay
magazine.
Barrow. Did Jay Barrow work for the song?
Yeah, Jerry Barrow.
I think
Jerry
H1 was over there too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
H1.
Salute
over there,
the what's her name?
But the original source was the only source. That
It
was the only magazine.
that you went
If you
to,
got
right,
3.5 to
You had
4
rap
mics in the
pages.
source, you was automatically gold, hands down. That magazine was so credible. Like
It was the
The
only
hip hop
beacon of hip
Bible at
hop.
the time. It
Yeah.
was.
and I see
Yeah.
Zenobia over there, and I remember us, Capone Noriega, we got 4 mics, and that was equivalent to us going platinum. Like when we got that at the, and by the way, that was like our dummy album. Like it wasn't even the real one. We went back in and made it better.
Like the demo, basically.
Yeah, it was the demo,
Yeah,
but they
but
still
y'all
gave
shit-
us 4.
y'all shit was raw.
But from
Y'all
that,
shit was
we were
raw.
pre-ordered gold, I believe.
Yeah.
Remember how they
Right.
pre-ordered
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
and they didn't care if you actually sold the records or not. If you was pre-ordered,
They'll give you that
and
thing.
Right.
within 70 days.
People got deals off the mic
Yes.
system. People
Yes.
sold records
Yes.
off the
Yes.
mic system.
Nah, and
So
they
we're
had-
all saying the source.
What they had that new artist section.
Tape.
Unsigned Hype.
Like,
Unsigned
Unsigned
Hype.
Hype.
Unsigned Hype.
Fat Tape, I was bitching on Fat Tape. I loved it.
Yo, man,
Yeah.
nah, it was a lot there.
And
So we're all saying
had
the source.
Dope, even the collection
Yeah, I
of
think
pictures
so,
that used to
man.
be in the
Yeah.
back. You'd be like one.
And from the parties
these
and all
people
that.
at
Oh,
this
And they
Yeah,
spot over
curated
there,
the
yeah.
magazine as real hip hop heads. I mean, it changed over time, but the original source,
Nah, that's it.
you felt like this is the
So
pinnacle of hip hop right
I want
here.
to take a moment right now. I want to big up my friend Benzino.
Of course, and
Because-
Dave Mays, and Dave Mays too
Because
as well.
I seen recently, like he's been going through, certain things on the internet about the source where he's saying that certain things. Well, look what we all just said about the source, and pretty much was all positive. So I want to big up.
it was the hip hop
to
Bible.
Zeno and Dave Mays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Dave Mays.
Yeah,
Of
I mean,
course, Dave Mays.
I know things have changed now, but back then that was
They were a unit,
chessboard pieces.
The source makes it.
Definitely.
All right, you want to go to the next one?
I like this game.
That's right. Yeah, and then we're gonna go back into the.
You
Come
tough,
on.
man.
Yeah, I love it.
Ralph McDaniels or Fab Five Freddy.
Ooh.
Shit. See, just when you see,
Ooh, see, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit.
So we basically saying Video Music Box versus
Video
MTV
Music
Raps.
Box was MTV Raps.
different question.
That
Exactly.
is a total.
Oh, okay. You could do the individual, or you could do the
Yeah, do it individually.
Yeah.
If you live in New York, it's
Fab Five Freddy is a
Video Music
uber
Box.
legend
He's a
in hip hop.
legend.
Besides Yo MT Rap.
Fab Five Freddy is a walk-in
He's
Wynwood.
And that's true.
Yeah,
For me down here,
Yeah,
it was Yo MT Rap.
Yeah, if you live in
Yeah.
New York,
Because we didn't have Video Music Box.
Exactly.
Village,
Video
all rapping
music
down
back.
everything, but if
Because
you-
video music box, you was running home from school to catch
Yeah,
those
3 o'clock.
videos.
Yeah.
But even
And
though
the shout outs
I
was
saw
everything.
I saw Fab Five Freddy in Wild Style before even that.
And see, Fab Five Freddy 2 was in New York, but then he'll be in Oakland with Too Short, and then he'll be in LA with NWA.
That's what was dope.
And then that's
Let's keep it real.
I mean,
Fab Five Freddy
salute-
brought the white girls to hip hop.
Yeah.
Let's just throw it out there.
Well,
Salute
Blondie?
Salute the Fab Five, but I'm gonna go with Uncle Ralph
Fab
too.
Five.
Hey man, he was already ahead of the time. He was just like, it's going to Europe.
Wynwood. He's a walking village. He was the village
in
walking.
Rapture with Blondie. Yeah.
Nah, he was with the artist.
he
What
was
was
a cool,
homie's name?
slick
The white
playboy.
dude that he was hanging out with, the artist, the big artist with
That's
the
right.
the soup
Madonna.
can dude.
Yeah.
What's his name? Andy
Andy
Warhol.
Warhol, yeah.
He was rolling with all
Madonna,
these crazy
he
dudes.
was-
Yeah.
He said the soup can
Yeah,
dude.
he had to sniff
Yeah.
coke with the best of them.
Hey man, I didn't know that, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's not my era. I just got the soup can dude.
Soup
Nah,
can
but
do.
Uncle Ralph is the guy, man. Like he, like his,
We
not to
just
take
performed at
anything
his
at
birthday
all
joint, too, right? Just
from the big
joint.
homie. But Uncle Ralph, man, he's still out here in these streets.
Yes.
paving
No, we
the
had him
way.
on Drink Champs. We celebrated.
Yeah, I mean, salute to the senator,
Ralph is incredible.
Jessica Ramos out there doing the good work, trying to
Big up, big
get
up.
in that office. So like Uncle Ralph is connected with the people, all the people, not just the popular ones. Like he's out there in the streets.
Nah, he was
you know,
definitely outside.
so,
Big up to
like,
Uncle Ralph and Freddie Fox.
Yeah,
I'm-
definitely.
I'm outside.
You want to do the last one?
Is this the last one?
That's the last? Unless you want to add something to it.
Oh shit, I didn't peep it. Okay. This is my favorite one. I'm not gonna lead the witness,
I'm going to take a shot already.
but loyalty or respect?
He made it a harder question. Look at him.
Ninth
The
one
last
distinct.
question you said?
No, not the last question.
No,
last
this is
question
what
is a quick
I knew this
slide.
one was
Then we get
coming.
back
That's
to
why I
the
took my
interview.
shades
The last
off
of this game.
to look into the eyes of my brothers and men.
Right, right.
Without loyalty, there would be no.
That's what I was gonna say, bro.
That's my answer every time.
That's
Right.
not your answer every time. What the fuck? What the fuck? Who are you?
Take that shit back. You gave me the name. Take your gift back.
This guy
Take
made
your
it.
gift back. Take your gift back.
This guy do that every time.
Get that back, please. Come on. No, I meant both. That's what I meant.
Yeah, both of our answers every
But
time.
the way he answered, let me ride with it.
I mean,
Look, he
I
answered-
can't.
he
It's on
answered so
video.
perfect.
Everybody sees your answer every time.
What I meant is both. But go ahead. You can't have a lawyer, so which means both. Come on.
that means both.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Knight.
That meant both.
You gonna break it down, Professor style. I respect it. Let's go.
God. For me, it's loyalty. But
Period.
sometimes,
You got to be
Yeah,
clear
yeah.
with this crew.
yeah, it's loyalty, man. Because sometimes people earn respect in the wrong ways, and so loyalty is something totally different. Loyalty means family to me. Respect doesn't always mean family to me.
Right.
But loyalty means family, no matter what. You remain loyal to family. Because respect can be looked at by different ways, different people. People sometimes look at respect as killing somebody. You know what I mean? For whatever reason,
Right. Respect could be a negative.
it can be a negative
Right,
thing.
right, right.
Loyalty is something totally different. It automatically says family to me, so I said loyalty.
See, again, the game is rigged. You feel me? Because both of them is the same thing. Loyalty can be taken differently too.
Right, this is the
It
fact.
could be loyalty.
true.
Some people
You could be
think-
loyalty to a fault.
be loyalty to a fault.
Some people think they loyal
Absolutely.
right now, but they totally not. You know what I mean? Some people
Right.
think they respectful right now, and they not. You know, Tech said it the best way. Like that's true in that regard. I think that's a study right there. That's not even a question. They're gonna need you to bring all kind of like.
Well, we brought the professor. We wanted him to help us study this.
Nah, but he opened
They
up
both
another
professors.
Another portal to it. Right.
Like,
For sure.
it's a balance. You know what I mean? It's a like. There's no wrong answer. That's the bridge right there.
None of these
You know,
are wrong answers.
It's going to lead you to the other one. One going to lead you to the other one. What do you respect? You respect something like if you respect your family, and like we raised a certain way to respect our parents. You know,
Right.
we wasn't loyal. I don't know. Maybe we was loyal to them because we was born from them.
Right.
But respecting them and fearing them taught us something else. Taught us family values, and then which we already took those family values without even like organically taking those family values. We took those to the streets. Where did we learn loyalty from? Like who we got that from? Like our father, did our mother tell us, "Boy, be loyal, boy. This your stick over here."
Nah,
Like,
it's never said like that.
Nah, it's never implied. So we navigating
But it's
with these
always
principles.
respect your elders.
Yes,
Right, right,
that's
right.
definitely implied.
Loyalty is like a silent thing that's automatic in family,
Right.
right? But respect is told.
Or when you
Right.
find your tribe in the streets when you moving around.
You want? I mean, we're fucking up this. They're just saying something right now.
No.
The true story is that I put this on without knowing it.
Yo,
Oh, the Sean
I
Price?
didn't even peep that just
Hold
now.
on, we
I'm
give you an infinity.
I got Affinity joint. I'm saying,
No, I put on the shirt without knowing it
the
was
Sean
Affinity.
Price.
Oh, man, and it's his birthday.
Yeah, I put it on without knowing that.
I just got
Yeah,
freaked
Sean
out for a
Price.
second. I'm sorry.
That's why I'm saying he here.
Yeah, no, he here.
He here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, he
The
here.
price. Yeah.
Let's make some noise for Sean Price.
Absolutely. What you running to, Sonny? I gotta go to the bathroom, bro.
So if there's
He said no more locked doors.
anything you can do over, right?
Yeah.
Do
This is
over.
the whole group, whole industry, everything. There's one thing you could do over. What would you do?
If it's one thing I could do over as far as the industry, I think it would be to learn the business better. To learn
Beginning?
the insides, the outside, learn to be able to read and understand contracts. Because that's where a lot get lost in the finer lines of contracts, and that's where we got to take them to attorneys to be like, yo, well, what that mean right there, what he's saying? I think if I would be able to do it, that would definitely be it, to be able to understand the business more and apply it more to where we can open more doors for those.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
And the reason why I say nothing is because the decisions I made, the mistakes I made led me here. I wouldn't be sitting here with you and you if I didn't make this turn, or make this turn, or make this turn, or make this turn. So
Wrong or right?
you wrong or right, I ended up here.
Right.
And so I wouldn't change a thing. If I'd have did something the right way, then I wouldn't have been able to work with these guys. Yeah. Maybe someone would have led me this way, and then I wouldn't have crossed that path. But something, it took me to go to school, drop out of school, find somebody with a computer, learn Fruity Loops, do this, do that, to lead me to them. If I have a 20-year relationship, for us to do 2 albums to lead me here. So, nothing.
That was so hard.
Wow. See what I'm saying?
The path to the top is crooked.
Yeah, what?
Right.
How about you?
Yeah, I wish I'd have answered that other question better. That Queen Latifah and MC Light one. Yeah. Nah, but I know that's gonna be I know the trolls they gonna let that.
We could have edited until you kept talking about it though.
All right. Nah, let that breathe. Let that breathe, man. Whatever. Do what you do. Yeah. But I think that, like for me, I'm just to take responsibility, like it's so much because I'm a person who, even though I have patience, I'm impatient. You know what I mean? And I answer fast, and I'll be ready to go fast, and I'm always ready to go, and I'm always ready to go. So sometimes I don't get a chance to do things like relax, celebrate, rest, reboot, and I might miss a lot. Even though I cover a lot of land, but I miss a lot. So it's like, all right, I wish I could slow down a bit, see things a little bit from a perspective, even from the success and failures, the strength, because sometimes you harp on the failures. And then you miss out the successes. Sometimes you see the successes and you'll be blinded by the light. It's like to find a balance, just to slow down a bit and go, all right, wow, and look at everything. Because right now, we have the capability to do that now in hindsight.
Right.
With looking at the album and seeing how people enjoy Infinity. And it's like, that feels good.
But it took your growth to understand that.
Yeah, man. Because before that, we was like, yo, let's do another album. Yo, we got to go on the road. We got to go on tour. Like, we like you say, a business. So that hits. Right. But when you in the mix like that, it's like you can't, it's hard to feel it because you're there.
Enjoy it.
And it's like, fuck enjoying it. Like, you can't, you feel guilty almost. Like, you can't blame yourself, but you can.
What is that, like
it's
survivor's remorse?
It's like that. That's that vibe right there. So it's like, man, you can, and then you start watching what's given to us. So you talk about rapid refund or like instant gratification. Like, you can't blame that. Because people, in a place where we still struggling, and then you seeing people eating, and you seeing like, wow, look like over there, dudes is getting it, and dudes are getting it. But you got to talk about how dudes are getting it. Dudes are getting it in the capacity where they putting that work in. What is that work? Well, here is the forum where we talk about what that is. If you slow down a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, you see it. You see the picture a little bit differently, I think. Me and Tech jumped in the game. We was hungry. He was like, yo, we hungry. We knew the contract was a little bit.
How old were you guys when you first put out the first record?
We was just fresh, we was like a couple of years out of
high school.
Yeah, I be messing up the years.
Roughly
years. Like, man. I got left
19,
back
20?
Yes, around that area. Yeah.
I mean, you guys were young, man.
Yeah, around there. But it was like
we 20 yet.
Nah, we knew nothing. Like, we didn't have somebody looking at.
He said, "What year were you born?"
When you were born, I'm gonna add it up. I'm about to add it up.
I don't age, man.
I'm sorry.
I'm limitless, infinite.
Nah, but we
There you go.
Okay, cool. He's 19.
There you go. We ain't have no knowledge of like contracts. So it's like, all right, we believe that we can get to the exposure and we can learn. So our intent was a little bit different than just saying, yo, we want to be popular, be known, and the glamour and go on. I don't think dude still, I don't know if that's a Brooklyn twist or whatever. Like, dude wasn't so...
You know what I think? I think everybody that had a little bit of hood or just from the hood all knew that we were getting jerked on our first deal.
That's real.
And we agreed to it. We agreed to it, and we said, you know what? I'm going to do better on our next deal.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. That's what I feel like. You're saying. That's what I said. I knew I was getting not the best deal in the world.
On the nail.
To be in the game so bad.
But I said I knew I was a hustler. I just said just put my one foot in that motherfucking door.
Yeah.
And I get that.
You know, like put the tip of my shoelace in that door.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna kick the motherfucking rest of my foot in that motherfucker.
Right.
Let's go.
I cannot lie and act like I did not know that my contract wasn't the best.
Right.
Like, it was something about how I signed. Like, I got $5,000 in cash. I knew this wasn't right. I felt like I was still drug dealing. What the fuck? This
Brown paper bag,
what the
money.
fuck? Why are you signing for nothing? Like, where's my check?
Right.
Like, oh shit. So I knew I was. Did y'all know? Like y'all first joint?
I'm not gonna say we didn't know. I don't think we cared. Because we was...
I'm be honest.
Yeah, I don't think we cared. We seen Black Moon get on, and at that time it was... I think we was pretty gun-ho about what we wanted to do, the direction we wanted to go.
Yeah.
So, and like you said, once you know, the industry is only but that big. Once people start telling you could recoup on your second album and ask for more money, you hold out. So now, once you start hearing this in your ear from your peers, you like, word, all right, so we in, like you said. Once I get that foot in, niggas, I'm a 10 boots the doors off the hinges.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we pretty much carried it out. Like you said, it was never really no contracts. Everything was a word of mouth and a handshake that we've been rocking with.
Right.
Duck Down, and we doing this again on our own 360.
And that's for us. It was easy for us to be loyal to these brothers because we didn't know Drew Ha. Buckshot built a relationship with him.
So how did y'all meet Buckshot? Y'all was all in the same high school? How does this
Nah. Through his sister Tracy. Big up to Tracy Allen. Like she's, met her in night school. She was a dancer for us, and then she introduced us to Buck, who was dancing at the time with his partner, Chassin. And from there, we clicked up. Excuse me. But like this is like, for us to be with them, like respecting their grind, just seeing how like not only the love for it, but the respect for the business, and also knowing that it's grimy. You know what I mean? So it's like we felt kind of safe with them, with these guys. God bless.
We smoke a blunt in a minute, huh?
Yeah, well, nah. Earlier I did.
Let me bring your lungs back to the 90s. Your lungs back to the 90s.
Bring your lungs back.
Yeah, just bringing it right to the tunnel right now. Go ahead.
I think,
man. Yeah.
Nah, it's cool. Like we not knowing anything, just coming right off the curb. You know what I'm saying? Plus we coming off the D-Sep. Salute the D-Sep. Salute my bro, Unicron. Happy birthday. Just coming off of that scroll, like meeting these brothers, Buckshot, we seen his grind. Drew Ha, we seen his grind, and looking how his love for Buck, like how these guys is friends, you know what I mean? And then like we didn't know the lawyers. The lawyer for the label was the lawyer for us.
Our lawyer was the label's lawyer, right?
So we knew, like you said, we knew stuff was wrong. I caught a charge in Maryland, and he was my lawyer for that. Right? He's like, but we it's not like we had
multitasking lawyer.
Where he was criminal.
What?
But he was good though. He was
entertaining.
Holy shit! Yo, what kind of lawyer? This nigga's multitasking.
a brother too. I would put
about like what we speak about on Infinity, not being preachy, just telling you, listen, you can't be stuck in that rut.
Yes.
You have to, at some point, you have to grow if you're going to advance.
What have we learned,
you have
people?
to grow.
That Smif-N-Wessun is going to be here for infinity.
Forever.
And I'm taking a shot at that, goddammit. You've been trying to jump. I've been watching you, bro. And you know what's crazy? Me and you are Tiger Bone, bro.
Yeah.
By the way, me and this motherfucker used to drink Tiger Bone. I don't know if y'all know. That is the worst shit you could ever drink.
we retired to drink champs.
I remember with Law.
They retired the Tiger.
Before they moved from 125th Street.
Yeah, 124th in Madison.
And
right?
Madison.
Okay.
And we was in there Tiger boning crazy.
Oh,
that doesn't even sound right.
Started breakdancing there.
Hey, yo. It sounds crazy. That's crazy. Tiger Bone sounds crazy.
Salute my man
Bone
BG.
sounds even
worse.
I got my man BG from Memphis hooked on Tiger Bone right now. He love it.
So listen, because you, all right, back in the days, New York City, right? This is real talk.
That sounds great.
Not Fruits of Life, but back in, before that.
Juices for life.
It was, Juices Life, but it was on the other corner. They used to have a gallon, like, you know, with fruit punches, when you go to the pizzeria, they have fruit punch. Back then, they used to have Tiger Bone.
In the thing? In the punch thing?
In the punch thing.
Oh, that's
That's
wild disrespectful.
Yo, by the way, what's a tiger's bone in it? This is how I
remember
got
the original
on
Tiger Bone
to
had Tiger Bone in it.
This was was your Newport.
No, this is before this. This is
piece.
before this. This is way before this. This is way before this. So let me tell you how I didn't know what Tiger Bone was. So it was a weed spot. I used to go there to get weed. But I came out the weed spot one day and the police pulled me over. The police is like, yo, what you went in there to get? So I didn't know Tiger Bone was illegal at the time.
Endangered species.
So I was like, yo, I went in there to get Tiger Bone. They was like, oh, all right, cool. They went right into the weed spot, right? I went home, I didn't think nothing of it. The next day, I go to the weed spot. I'm like, yo, what happened yesterday, man? I seen the police. Says, man, some dickhead told these motherfuckers to stop at Tiger Bone. I said, what? That was me.
You just told them right now.
I didn't know. No. I told them. I didn't know Tiger Bone was illegal. So they're like, what? They're killing tigers to make
the original, not the one we were drinking.
Not the one that we got. We got the manufactured.
No, we have the vegan.
We got
version.
the vegan. Post-COVID one.
Yeah.
That was
But the original one, they used to actually mash up.
That is crazy.
Yeah, Donald Trump shut us down.
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump sent us a letter and said,
bottle of Tiger is like, what, $80, $100 now for a bottle?
No, it's like $300. It was like $300 during COVID. During COVID.
And now
It's
I think
not
it's
really
like
Tiger Bone.
No.
Original. I don't even think the shit he was drinking was Tiger Bone.
back then.
But back then.
It was the original.
I wouldn't even advertise that right now, guys. Relax.
You're correct. That's why you're going to let you win this argument. He's correct.
Hold up. I want to go back to the album, guys.
Yeah, please.
This is one thing that I really loved about the album that I didn't expect I would like. How y'all went to the R&B and soulful part.
Yeah.
That reminded me of what I loved as a DJ of hip hop R&B.
Yeah.
When you guys did the joint with Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
It's like you encapsulated that and put it in this album.
Yeah.
Like, where did that come from?
I mean, from a production standpoint, I think for a long time, and I can be wrong, but I think for a long time, women they've been removed from hip hop because they stopped liking the way it felt.
Right.
And so the thing about the 90s, what made the 90s is we were sampling old 70s feel-good records, right? And that's what the vibes from their records, that's what made women love those records.
To women, right.
Exactly. And we kind of got away from that. Even if it was a street record, it still had that vibe in it.
Right.
So how can we keep them as street as they can, like with the Shine record and the joint my man Sweater on it.
Shine is my joint.
Yeah, it's like
joint.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they all great.
Like how Namaste, right? How can we keep that feeling and still have some knock behind it? And that's what it was. So that's when I approach. I'm thinking of the Mary J. Blige the whole time.
Yeah.
Because
how street that was.
How street that was, but also how sexy that was at the same
ladies,
time.
It was for both men and women at the same time.
And sometimes hip hop now doesn't have that duality to it.
Right.
And so for me, I'm thinking, yeah, you gotta have that feel good type, but still got some knock to it. And so that's where Shine and Namaste came in.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all, because I mean, this is a rumor, we keep hearing it. Did y'all actually make that Mary J. Blige record just because y'all bumped into Puffy by mistake? And he was like,
I mean,
I
we
want
talked
y'all
about
to do.
this before,
I know
but-
we said that, but I want to reiterate that.
Nah, we actually we came from a video shoot with Black Moon. I think it was
Okay.
a Buck 'Em Down remix from Prospect Park.
Okay.
And it like I just told this story on another podcast. It's like when you think about it, Big was the glue to that because we came.
Y'all was going to see Big.
No, we was going. It was a performance on the Intrepid.
Ooh, on the West Side Highway?
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing.
We was performing there, and Junior Mafia
On the boat?
was
Because people don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Intrepid is like a
it's
museum
battleship.
boat.
My bad, y'all niggas is not
Aircraft
from New York.
carrier.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
yeah, man, you guys
My
are just
bad.
talking like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you got that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you heard that?
Did you hear that?
Y'all from
Listen,
Brooklyn,
boy.
B? Like, no, we not. No, we don't know what you're talking about.
The Intrepid is a real. It was
It's
a
an aircraft carrier.
now.
Yeah.
And
So,
And they do parties there. They do all kinds of
they
shit.
do all
I
kinds
believe
of
it might be
shit.
a museum now, though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we was coming from the Black Moon video shoot, and we all fatigued down, whole boot camp. We got cantina, we got light flashlights, the helmets, everything.
Wow.
So, I see my Gemini brother Big, he like, whatever and we start talking, it's all Junior Mafia and boot camp, and then Puff is like, who is that, Big? You know them? So he like, yeah, that's my nigga Tech. That's best style. We from Brooklyn. He like, yo, I want to, this when the Mary J was just happening, the queen of hip hop and R&B. He was like, yo, I got some things I want y'all to get on. Come to the studio.
Because I heard that he said that he wanted y'all to do the back and forth.
Yeah, he was like, yo, that's when we got there. He was like, yo, I want y'all to do that Smif-N-Wessun shit. It wasn't even back and forth. It was like, yo, I want that Smif-N-Wessun shit.
Which is what he did with Mel.
Yeah. I said, nigga, we won 90,000. He said, what? I said, we won 90,000. He said, come on, Playboy. I call so-and-so, I get them 2,500. I said, you know what? Fuck it. We gonna do it. Fuck it. Let's get it. LL.
Wait, you asked for 90,000?
Yeah, my nigga. Mary J. We like, come on. We see what's going, because now we moving around. We got some motion in the industry. I'm like, oh, this nigga got some bread over here. Let's get Bad Boy, all right? Come on, Playboy, 90 grand.
That was a little nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we walked into the office in the Bad Boy's office and looked at the shit in the walls. It looked like they was made of steel and shit. Everything looked so...
Wait, this is
The
Daddy's House
perception
Studio
was
still
crazy.
going?
It was in the studio. We went to the office before we went to negotiate like what we wanted and all that. We just didn't know what to ask for.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the whole, like, just keeping it 100. Like, we went in there and he gave us the opportunity to go, what do y'all want? You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? Like, that was just some G shit. You know what I mean? But we just was young and uneducated in that on some real shit. Like, Drew was there. Even Drew, like he walked us through. He didn't know how to go there and
He didn't know how to negotiate.
But he was young too.
Like,
Doubling
we
back
was
to learning
that's
the business.
on the job training. On some real shit. Like, just be on some humble shit. Like, and he was like, yo, bro, I just want y'all involved in this project that I'm doing. So it's like, it's not even that type of thing.
That's
So-
tough telling you guys that.
Yeah,
Right, what you're saying, right.
yeah. So it's like, so that's what artists come to the thing and they like, yo, we want to get this big bag of money. Like, we was guilty of that shit too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, we grateful for that opportunity because it's like you overlooking the fact that this is a song with Mary J. Blige and boom, you're not thinking that's going to be one of your biggest songs for the rest of your fucking
And then we got
life.
the chance to perform it with her and the Barclays
Barclays, right?
on
Yeah.
the Brooklyn stage for the first time, which was
recent.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. That's the first time y'all perform it.
Yeah, man, that was awesome, man. Kidding me?
inshallah, there'll be
Classic
more to
record.
come. Yes.
Classic.
Hugely
But by
classic.
the way, I'm just be honest. If I judge a DJ if I'm in a party and they don't play that.
Oh, yeah. If you don't
party
hear those pianos.
it's just not rocking. They have to play that.
I
It has
can
to
dig
come
that. I can dig
Yo.
that.
Yeah,
You don't hear I shine, you shine. It's not.
I walk up to the DJ, I complain afterwards.
Speaking
Cheers,
of DJ, we went to DC and we saw
Can't reach over there, brother.
Bro.
DJing at the party, and I think it was his birthday that day.
Yeah, 50th birthday.
And I think it was like a snowstorm or something,
Yeah, it was crazy. It was packed
You
over.
birthday?
and it was packed,
400 people.
right? And it was like, and I'm watching him in a zone, like he was there but not. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. we wanted to go over there and take a picture. He was like, yo, there's no way. He started playing some song. He's like, there's no way we're going to get over there.
He had
next to him.
Wapale performing at his joint.
Wow.
Just to be like, you was in the music and you was enjoying it. You knew, and everybody was vibing, everybody was dancing. I'm like, yo, does New York still do that? Like, do they still love the music they listen to? Not just all the popular music, but like because DC got the go-go too. So when that dropped,
It'd be efficient.
everybody like boom, boom. So you had a healthy version, a diverse version of just music. You know what I mean? Which I don't know. That's another thing going back to the culture of the appreciation or just going to a club and hearing shit that you can enjoy. You know? So hopefully you got the DJs out there. Salute to the DJ that still be spinning, man. Like,
No, I'm not gonna lie.
DJ
Last
Logic.
time I saw that was at y'all release party, and I wasn't there. I was not, but I
watched it
followed
on
every single body on Instagram, and I felt like I was there. And that's all I heard.
That's enough. That's
Like I swear to God.
it.
Yeah.
Salute to the followers. Salute to the people that's reposting, because that's important. Like sometimes people be charging people for reposting. Like we not even doing that. Like if you love something, you feel something, spread the gospel, man. Let's be real. Like why we don't cover
We
it.
spread an infinity over here.
Oh,
Yo, nah.
And it's no bullshit. This is
No bullshit,
Great
man.
fucking record.
Listen,
Thank you.
Word
listen.
up.
One thing that me and him share, like we're the same and different people, but we share that hip hop.
All right,
we didn't have to even talk about this. We was like, oh.
I got a time of slime for y'all. That's what
Okay,
it's called.
all right, let's
Time
go.
of
Quick
Slime.
time with slime. All right, let's get to it.
Infinity or The Shining?
Ooh.
I'm always gonna say the first. The shine is gonna be. I'm just gonna say you can't get here without the first.
Okay.
Okay, politically correct.
No, I want to be different.
Be
The reason
different,
why
bro.
I'm gonna say infinity is because this making me so hyped right now. Like this shit is making me like I haven't really said I want to really get back in the studio until I just really like that.
Wow.
Heard that. Like, and I'm just like, you know what? Y'all inspired me.
The brother.
But
That might be me being selfish, though.
nah,
Like
fuck
I
around.
answered it different.
I'm telling your fans or non-fans, go to the catalog. Listen to how we got here.
That's a fact.
Why we are here.
All right.
And see how dope this is.
Yeah.
These are artists that have been, they stand the test of time.
Another conversation we just had, right?
Right.
Sometimes the fans don't want to go back to that catalog. They want what they hear now and be like, yo, where am I going next?
Right.
Fuck where, because that might not be my cup of tea right now.
Right.
But I know what I hear right now. I want this and more of this. Where can I find this
Right.
at?
I
But
agree.
this is a different album. I'm gonna tell you why this is a different album. Because usually you hear artists that you follow since the 90s, right? If you're our generation.
Right.
And you're disappointed time and time again because
Yeah.
the production is all over the place. There's no, it's not all
No
consolidated.
cohesiveness.
People trying to
Right.
whip it and snap it. That's the reason why. Yeah, they forgot to keep it.
This
with
is
the
a
fuck they
cohesive
had.
album.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
You have this album is, I'm telling you
Yeah.
right now, when I listen to it, I was like, they got it. They got, this is like, it is 90s now. Like, I don't know a better way that we
Yeah,
can
that-
explain
yeah,
it. We
yeah.
said it with
Right.
Common and P-Rock.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
saying it again right now.
Yeah.
90s now.
90s.
90s now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
perfect.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, like,
Thank
big
you,
respect to this brother right here for welcoming us into his home, man. Because it's like, the energy that we had experienced there recording, I believe it might have been a healing energy for both of us. And living in New York amongst that hustle and bustle, you might not be aware that you need that. You know what I'm saying? Especially
A time to get away.
Yeah, everybody now, like right now, we up front with mental illness, PTSD, and all that. Who don't have that living in New York
not
City?
back then.
You know what I mean? So that's when you talk about the music and being able to watch it from that perspective. So for us to go to that perspective, and as soon as we get in the car, he pick us up from the airport. He like, we talking about The Shining. You know what I mean? We talking about the foundation. He on the phone with Evil D, Mr. Wall. We talking about Pete Rock and all that. Of course, we're talking about all the things that we've done, but yeah, we want to upgrade that and who you are now without compromise and just being transparent. So he gave us that platform to do that and guided us even further. Like, I want to hear this. I want to hear you come like that. Like, we want to, like some artists that you just into yourself so much you can't take criticism or you can't take input. Like, we built together. He gave us guidance. Like, this is a real heartfelt project that we worked on.
Right.
You know? So it's,
Were there times you guys bumped heads?
Just off the one record he didn't want to do, he was like, nah, I don't want to say that, blah, blah, blah. And it was me and him was like, nah, this crazy. Like, man, nah, I'm not saying that, I'm not doing it. And the beat was dope. It was just, but not often, man. They trusted me just like Buckshot trusted me. Just like Sean Price, rest in peace, trusted me. You know what I mean? To do my job. Yeah. And so that's what it was. And for this album, I'm thinking, okay, I'm always thinking, okay, we did the all, we got to beat the all. And for a long time, I was telling them, like, nah. We was 5 songs in. I said, this is better than the all. They were like, you think? I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, it's better than the all, man. And so
and I
that was my thing.
All 5 of those songs, when you were saying that, even made the album. I don't think they on the album.
Yeah, they didn't even make it. Like, we got a couple of joints like that was, it's crazy that didn't make it for whatever reason, but I look at it from 2 sides. Yeah, I executive producer. Yeah, I got my Soul Council brothers together. Shouts to them. But I'm a fan. I put all that away when I play it in my car.
Yeah.
I don't listen to it from like, this is what I did. I'm listening to it from, this is what I just bought and do I like it?
Right.
And some people can't look at things from both sides like that.
Well, I hope this gets a Grammy nod.
Yeah.
Me too.
Not yet.
They deserve it, man. No bullshit, no bullshit.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
no bullshit, man. I want to thank all of you for taking your time out, for letting us salute you.
Come on, man.
And because it's very, very important to see people continue to do it, continue to make great music, continue to hold down their stance in hip hop the way you brothers are doing. I want to salute you. I want to give you your flowers. I wanted to, just let you know how proud I am of you guys. And I wanted to let you know how much you inspired me.
Man.
Like, I had to sit back and be like, because, I still think I'm nice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I ain't like,
crazy.
So, but what I'm saying is that's me being, I'm saying how many other people in this world that got to do the same thing too. When a person pops in, I'm about to say pop in that CD, but they hit that link, because that's where we at, right? And right when they hit that link and they hear what I heard, this is an undeniable, undoubtable album.
Give thanks.
I 1,000,000% appreciate what y'all did. Like I said, I stood there, I held my breath, I caught goosebumps. I didn't leave the car. I just stood there and I was just like, by myself. I was good with that.
Yeah.
Hey,
And I was
can I cut you for 1 second?
You can do that.
Let me tell you something real quick. We don't, rarely on Drink Champs do we talk about a current album much.
Yeah.
Word.
That's a testament to how dope we think. And we didn't talk about this prior.
Right.
Yeah.
Me and him didn't discuss this.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's
He heard it on his own. I heard it on my own.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And let me get my flowers for a minute, man.
Go ahead.
I remember when I bought N.O.R.E.
No. I don't want my flowers. Please.
No. You crazy.
Oh,
You're nuts. You're crazy. Clap it up, everybody. I remember when I bought N.O.R.E.
Thank you.
And, it used to be a time where hip hop was judged by the album of the summer. That was the album of the summer.
God damn it.
When it dropped. And as far as solo albums in hip hop, from a solo artist by itself, from leaving a group, doing it by himself, one of the greatest albums of all time, bro.
Yeah, man.
But
Banned from TV.
But let me switch
One of the best posse cuts ever.
Because this
And Swiss said that beat is not done.
Oh my God.
I have that.
Changed my life.
I fucking found.
Y'all know that story, right? That Swiss,
Yeah.
Swiss said that was just a loop
I found that
and then the
version.
rap on it was the beat was not done.
Nah, man.
I found that version. But again, guys, man, I want to thank y'all from the fan perspective of hip hop. I want to thank y'all because anybody who really loves hip hop and understand how dope you guys been from back then to now and continue to make relevant music now, that shit is just remarkable. I've never seen anything like this. This is not normal. It's not. Just being honest.
Wow.
Y'all niggas is on rap steroids. I don't know what kind. y'all on rap Ozempic or whatever the fuck this shit is.
No,
whatever the fuck they fucking with now.
You don't lose it, you want to gain it.
Steroids is much better.
Steroids is better than Ozempic. Whatever y'all on, that shit is hard.
This might sound like a political pitch or something, but like, you know, like we talking about hope, things like hope. You know what I mean? Like simple things like hope and faith. You know what I mean? People get scared of words like that. They think you gotta, you know, go to church, and you can.
Right.
You can. You can go to church. You can go to the mosque. You can do that. It's all about discipline in yourself. Like we love this thing so much that we almost ruin it. But like some things we got to be proud of, that we did survive some things, right? We survived some things and we lost some really good people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, last
We still
time,
hit.
like, yo, last time we came to Drink Champs, people said, yo, you shouldn't go now because you ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? We was like, yo, we got to go.
That's
We
not
gotta-
our
we gotta put
platform.
that
We're not
work
here
in,
for
right?
that.
No.
And then y'all kept it a buck. When we had something, you invited us back, like directly. No red
That's
tape,
what
no
it said.
nothing.
Let's celebrate that.
That's real. That's
celebrate
what we
that.
created right there.
By the way, I'm sincerely proud.
Oh,
I'm
man.
proud, like, because like y'all making us proud. Y'all making people.
it's
Y'all making us say that we can still be and making dope music.
That's right.
That's
That's
what
right.
it
Definitely.
all is. Like
It makes our platform relevant because
yes,
this is why
because
we
this is
make
what
rap.
this is
Right.
what our
Our
platform is
generation,
about.
let's keep
Is
doing
that-
what we're doing.
Is that we're not over. Like, you know, in any other genre of music, when you make 10 years,
Right.
you're fucking seasoned.
Don't try to
But
lie.
here, they say you
Being a
washed
young
up.
man's
Fuck
sport.
no! What do you mean washed up? We gonna take that word out of our community.
That's a fact.
Washed up. We gonna leave that shit in the laundry
Let's
mat.
cancel that shit.
It's not fun.
Cancel
And
that
by the
shit.
way, black, we don't crap.
I want to salute you too.
I gotta take the one of that.
I want to salute you too, N.O.R.E, because you know you putting in that good work. You looking great.
Yes,
right
thank
now.
you, my brother.
feel
Thank you.
me?
Yes, I'm doing-
and it's inspiring to see hip hop
Okay,
go through these,
okay, that's
go
not
through
a
these,
shot.
go through these, go through these things.
Still watching.
Cheers,
Because we watched crack era destroy a lot of people.
Yes,
like,
that's
so
very
we
true.
like what we want to see
keep living.
the rap supposed to be about the crack era, or which is now the fentanyl era, or whatever the case may be. We
Yeah,
want to rap
right.
about these type of things. Like we want to do other stuff. People
Yes.
do other stuff. We have people that like to listen to stuff, but we have sectionalized it where it's like, yo, well, I don't listen to rap because rap only does this. Like that's not true. Like it does different things. It's different elements of this thing, just like it's different elements of different type of music.
Right.
Like so now we get to see some of the guys who used to go do some of the craziest, wildest shit in front of us go like nah, they talking about mental wellness and all that. Like the last time I was on Drink Champs, I was drinking, right? I'm sober now.
I was just
you
getting
know
ready to
what I
bring
mean?
it up.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
you being
A
sober.
year strong.
We talking about
Congratulate that here.
Yeah.
nah, we seen guys die in front of us. We watched them live, we seen them die, and we can say it's attributed to this profession.
Right.
Whatever it is, whether it stress you to death, you know what I'm saying? Which like me personally, I feel like Sean Price gave his life for hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He died for this, man. Fat Man Scoop died doing what he
Absolutely.
do.
Irv Gotti.
You know what I'm saying? Irv Gotti died doing what he do. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys
crazy.
was really pushing that issue. So we got to go, that's important. And don't die for the clout though. Like, what is that part? Like, you know what I mean? Like we remember them for what they did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're set, like we love Nipsey for what he did, what he tried to do for his community.
Right.
So we want to give something back to this thing right here. We don't
Right, don't die for the culture, live for it.
This is a symbiotic relationship where we can give something to you and you give something back to us.
Right.
You're not just buying our record, man. This is a love relationship right here. So
But that's the funny part about kind of like all of our relationship is maybe I met y'all through there, I met y'all through there, but the funny part is that Juice Bar kind of played a role with us,
Absolutely.
the Locks.
Absolutely.
Like we all kind of met at each
Absolutely.
other.
It's a healthy connection.
It's
Yeah,
a healthy
it's a healthy
fucking connection. Like,
Absolutely.
like this is not no exaggeration.
Yeah,
And by the way,
yeah.
y'all from Brooklyn, I'm from Queens.
Right.
Brooklyn and Queens niggas not supposed to hang in the Harlem.
all the time. Yeah.
And Little C's was there.
Azag, man, who was
Jada
there?
Kidd, Styles, and we like all kind of like
Juice,
hung out
yeah,
at a
it's
Juice
like,
Bar.
yeah.
Like,
Big up man like Nige, man.
Nah,
yes.
But,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
But,
That's
cool. Nah, we have come a long way, and
It's cool to
I
see
think
that,
we've
but-
been through a lot, and we still here standing.
Yeah.
I mean, even
Salute
just
y'all.
like the people
Salute
who
to the
came with our
bartenders,
brothers
too.
ever,
Giant.
a brother convertible.
Big up
Bird.
ever.
And I
Word.
think this album, it helped me open up to what I was going through, just losing a lot of individuals back to back to back to back. Because when you grieve, or people don't really tell you how to grieve, or you don't know how to grieve, and when they hit back to back, you don't have time to really grieve one because the next one is coming. And I think the inspiration behind that, my brothers, my father, Bestie, Tiana, it really helped us get this off of the ground, right?
Yeah.
And I think behind that, we still here to infinity and beyond.
Word up.
That's what it is.
Word up.
Is and you know, with that being said, what you just said, I want to ask, like, one of the lifelong questions is, sometimes they say Mary makes her best music if she goes through drama. Right? Maybe that's why I'm not making music. Maybe I'm not going through the drama that I once visualized.
Right.
But when y'all make music, do you have to go through something?
I mean, yeah, finish.
No, that was it. Like, dude, is that something that applies to y'all as well? You have to go through drama to make something so classic as what y'all just made? Or is it, you know...
Well, me personally, I think going through something can be a good or a bad. It's depending on how you decide to go through it. You fall 9 times, you get up 10, and it's about how you take that next step to continue. It don't have to be death. It don't have to be losses to go through. You came up and you have a great. You doing the runs. You going through something so joyous that can be your inspiration to grab from something joyous. It don't have to be. It's still pain, because just pain is just weakness leaving the body.
Right.
So it can still be of some pain, and it can be joyous to where you're speaking on that. And once you start. I think sitting down with me, because I got a book that I'm coming out writing with. It's just the memoirs and some of the best lyrics and vocals. And I think once you start really talking about it, that's what helps navigate you through it, to get through it. Because that's the goal. The goal is to get through it. No matter how you get around it, the goal is to get through it. And once you start speaking and hearing your own voice, and you got a good team behind you, I think once you start talking, that's going to help your pen even flow even more. So
That's
to
beautiful.
lose it
That's
and come back.
Yeah,
I forgot we was on the show. Yeah. I was like, yo, we on the boat. Yo, you just took us somewhere,
that's real
bro.
shit.
To go through it and come back from it, that's the most blessings that you can receive.
I mean,
Because, you know, he didn't bring us this far just to come this far. You know what I mean?
as long as I can remember, the black experience in music has always been connected to life. So Curtis Mayfield doesn't make Superfly if drugs wasn't, and what was going on in the 70s wasn't a thing. Mary J wouldn't have played Made My Life. I mean, if we go down, just the OJs wouldn't make Cry Together. Like Lenny
the
Williams,
struggle's a part of it.
Lenny Williams wouldn't have made Cause I Love You. Like, you know what I mean?
But
Like,
every struggle is not a bad struggle.
no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not at all. But life has to happen.
Life is a struggle.
When life is
life has to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And
How
if
about-
life is going to accent on art, then there it is.
Right.
Period.
There's things that you just did. Excuse me. There's a lot of things that you could talk about, but you gotta want to talk about it. And then I guess because the game will do shit to you. It's like, do I want to even share this with you cats? You know what I mean? So some people can use it for purpose, just for outlet, like the PNC was talking about. Now, I don't think that you would lack stuff because you have wild experiences. Congratulations on your granddaughter and all that.
Exactly. Blessings
And
and
just
blessings.
like you can rap about
That.
running healthy. Like we have a song on the Shining on called Home Sweet Home, where I rap about an incident where my uncle got locked up and Ruler. you know, and I'm like, at the end, I'm like, I can't wait for him to come home. Cause, you know, we're gonna get it popping when he come home. Like, Rule did like 27 years. He home though, now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I could rhyme about that. Like, what does that feel like? What is that like?
Right.
And maybe even get some information from him where I could go like, what was that like? Where
his experience.
Yeah, his experience, because he had to watch our whole journey from behind the wall.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's like, this is why we always like salute the guys behind the wall, because they inspire us to stay the fuck up out of there. You know what I mean? Like, don't act like you gotta follow everything. Like, we put it in the form of a rap, so we always got something to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just our experience. We are the poets of our community and our environment, so we kind of like, it's an outlet. You gotta feel that. You got mad shit to say, beloved. I know
On my
that's
soul. And if you ever need us, we here.
I love this room, all right? People think that I got my hair done. This is my mother and my father.
We got your hairstyles right here.
Whatever, all right? There's no way I could have went to Turkey and not been filmed anywhere.
We have the footage. Sir.
No, this motherfucker. What I'm trying to tell you is that's the fucking era that we live
It's his
in.
real hair.
This is the era that we fucking live in. You can't do shit.
Right.
If you could go outside and take a piss, you a lucky motherfucker.
No, that's a fact.
Because there's somebody named Charles that was just filming fish, and you just walked in there and you took a piss and he happened to have you.
Camera, right.
And this nigga gonna extort your ass.
Yeah, don't do shit.
He gonna text you and be like, "Hey man, I got you."
That hair shit is so crazy. I remember when Kiss started growing his hair.
Your kids been hating on me. I'm gonna keep it on.
Did we talk about rewind time on
Yeah,
on
this
camera?
is rewind time. Just in case.
Y'all got the green N.O.R.E? The green N.O.R.E.
Yo, when I picked this up, I said, what the fuck is this? This real?
White people, listen.
This is
You could be green N.O.R.E too.
He's a
Listen.
green.
No, this is a replica.
I never thought. Is this the camera I'm looking at?
Hip hop would take it this
I
far?
would never thought that hip hop.
Oh, shit.
Like in the late '80s, early '90s, we had a box of stuff called Duke, the little Duke
Oh, that's
perm.
so
You know what I'm saying?
So glow, nigga.
And I never thought, and the ladies had dark and lovely stuff like that. I never thought I would know somebody on the cover
Who was on the
of
box?
on the
Hey, man.
box.
Hey man,
Family.
He's a reptilian.
And I'm glad I saw it here. Because if I would have walked into like the beauty supply store and saw it, I'd be like, yo,
that's that goddamn. Hey man,
It's real?
be kind and we
Can we get the updated box though?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I got the bootleg box of my old chick. This will make me a Harvey person.
You're green, bro.
this is crazy.
Because it's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
that's
hold
right.
you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I ain't gonna hold you. I tried to.
You tried to.
I tried
but you
it
was
one
using
time.
men's for men. You
No, I was using
just for men.
Beijing to say this
Beijing,
got
yeah.
no dye.
Oh, you use the Dominicans.
Them niggas
I
ain't
tried
jet
that
black.
shit and I woke
Jet
up
black.
with my whole
Yeah,
beard on
jet
it.
black. That's what Chinese people.
Yeah, my shit was
Yeah,
looking like
Chinese
Hitch
people.
walking
Yeah.
around.
Yo,
Patches.
This-
Yo,
this-
N.O.R.E,
my
you
shit
got
for
jet
black
black?
people.
You got jet black?
My shit is Jet N.O.R.E.
Jet black.
Not Jet Black.
No, it's Jet Black on the
It's Jet
box.
Slime. It's Jet Hyundai.
So this is on the stands now?
It will be.
Yeah, and you get it
Very
haircut.
soon.
If you put it in your
Oh,
beard,
shit.
you get the haircut. You get the hair grows the same way.
This is
That shit's off the chain. It's new technology. Elon Musk is behind it, bro. I guarantee.
He said that shit is off the
Yo,
chain.
Let's take a shot for that.
yeah, for sure.
We're gonna take it.
I know somebody on the cover of a joint.
Thank you guys.
I'm glad I saw this here. I'm glad I saw it here.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I saw it at the beauty store. I've been
No,
walking
it's gonna be
by.
a
Yeah,
CVS.
that'd have been
And I've been like,
It's gonna be in
violation.
CVS.
Yo, I know this not.
It's gonna be in CVS.
That's
It's gonna be
the
CVS.
first person you call.
Shout out to
buying-
N.O.R.E.
I'm
Shout out to
buying.
N.O.R.E. being in CVS. That is major league, man.
We are not, but listen, man.
Yeah, gotta get the point.
Yeah, we got to do the picture and some drop.
Let's do it.
Thank you, brothers, man. I
Thank
mean,
you, bro.
you.
sincerely,
Thank you.
man, because this is a work of art. It's a masterpiece. It's a classic. I'm truly not saying that because I have relationships with y'all. I'm saying that because this is really what it is. And that's hands down. I was very, very proud to listen to hip hop in its entirety like that. To listen to hip hop and be like, damn, we can still make that?
Make albums.
Right.
Not singles,
I
make
almost
albums.
didn't know that still existed. I was just like,
y'all can still rock an album.
Yeah. Nah, that's the Jedi right here, man.
So I just want to say thank y'all.
Thank you.
We're gonna take some pictures.
Take a picture.
Yeah. Yeah.